attention to the little black bar at the bottom of the screen. It's not there.
Everyone, thank you for joining and welcome to A Bump in the Night, a tabletop RPG in the Fate system based on spooky things and horror and such. And as such, you should be aware that there may be things that some would
Wow.
consider uncomfortable in regards to topics. Just be aware. I, in my infinite wisdom, forgot to grab links from the players. So if you could both send me those in VC text for your streams.
I gotta go remember what my link is.
Imagine having a stream. Lamau.
Lamau.
Couldn't be me. Though apparently, I can just use my VR chat avatar straight into Warudo with no muss, no fuss. I'm gonna set that up.
Delicious.
Nah. The black bar's there for flavor, Co.
A little bit of sauce.
All right, now that we've got that fixed, before I get into the recap on what has happened and starting the session, would you all please introduce yourselves, starting with Aaliyah Ushas.
Hello. Everybody calls me Sharky. I will be playing Firekeeper Alia Ushas. How would I introduce her? I should have thought of her introduction prior to, like, anything, you know what I mean? She is a girl from far northeast, cold climates, very isolated areas, and she has come a very long way to join with the party, incidentally, of course. And she's super cool. She is those who perceive her would describe her as a blood mage of sorts, although in this land, one doesn't just, throw their magics about willy-nilly. So most people are unaware of that talent in general, but the party will be aware of it. And that's Alia.
All right. And Florence, could you give a short introduction of yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm Bindi. I'm playing Florence. Florence is a chronic street kid, neglected, kind of forgotten, took up street crime, and unfortunately for him, he tried to pick on a rich fellow who ended up being rich because he was some kind of demon or something or another. And just by the mere fact he wasn't torn to shreds on the spot, he has now been, what's the polite word? Not enslaved, but just compelled to work for free by the church. And now he's here to do hunts and bring his nefarious skills to a more positive, what's the word? I'm brain fog, a more positive direction, yeah?
Yeah. Good job, Bendy. Bendy is currently sick and is being the bravest boy and pushing through for the game. Thank you, Bendy.
If we can evacuate me gracefully where everyone can have a fun time, I will accept that.
Well, once we get past the first part, if you want to, we can try to NPC you the rest.
Okay.
Icaros, would you please introduce yourself and your character?
Good evening. Hi, I'm Ari. I look like an elf, but I'm not quite an elf. I'm one of the streamer beings as part of this one. I am playing Icaros, who is, by all appearances, of course, a knight. She is a very tall, at least 6.5 feet lady. She seems almost unfocused whenever you look at her, but her awareness is very, very keen. She does appear to be human. Yellow to ochre eyes, usually a little too wide, as if she's trying to observe more than she has any real right to. Her hair is mid-back in length. Very, very thick, a very deep black color, as if it's covered in soot. Her armor appears to be quite old and even antique, but it is well made. The steel is an alloy that has a strange sheen to it. Maybe old, maybe just used with a particular technique. Due to recent events, there appears to be a fairly mottled patina along the armor as if it has recently undergone intense stress in flames, but its strength appears unaffected. She's got a hunter's pin secured to a gray-green cloak, and the cloak is brand new as well. Maybe the one that she was wearing was burned up whenever what happened to her armor happened. She uses a halberd, a long sword, and a short sword, armed as well as she can be given the times. Wah. That's me.
And thank you, Icarus and Avatea. Yourself and your character, please.
Hello, I am Ko. I will be playing Avatea. I am also one of the streamer beams for this, and we are not playing a human this time around. We are playing a humanid. Avatea is going to be a Pakusanji, which, if you know Georgian mythology, is a type of bird. Avatea will have a very dawn-like appearance, with a lot of the feathers near his body taking a more golden hue. I don't know why my throat just did there. Well, further out, more towards the tips, they will be diffusing into more of a red, just early morning appearance. He will have a unnaturally perfect-ish appearance, where every time you look at him, he will be soft, he will be gentle, but in the back of your mind will be that creeping something is too perfect. As if something about him shouldn't be real. He will have 2 twin tails that he keeps mostly wrapped around his legs, and simple cheek feathers as just part of his perfect illusion.
Excellent. And just because we finished up Miri and Co, both of them are also streaming their points of view, if you want to see them. And finally, but not leastly, Damien, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm Jacob. I go by Drawn by Jacob on most social media, and I'm playing Damien today. Damien is a kind of older 20s human male with these kind of sewn together in patches suit, kind of covered up with a trench coat. He's got kind of a mop of curly hair on his head, and he has kind of these like 3 claw marks that go through his mouth, claw mark scars. And he is traditionally an investigator who is going around trying to solve mysteries for those in need.
Thank you. We will be starting off with a bit of a recap, as is standard for most tabletop RPGs. So, a quick rundown for the players and the viewers. This is a world on the sort of the cusp of the Industrial Revolution. Steam engines exist, but aren't common. Fantasy magic exists, magical items exist, and are somewhat commonplace if magic users are not so commonplace. The world is overrun by monsters, with little pockets of humanity surviving through, you know, coalescing into groups and defending each other by having the more exceptional of those become hunters, backed by the predominant religion, the Cathedral of Light, to go and hunt, defend from, etc., these creatures of the dark. In our previous run of this, we had Florence and Icaros as our starring characters, who were both introduced to being hunters. Florence through a state-mandated sort of parole kind of thing, and Icaros being a volunteer taken through a simple mission to help the gravekeeper Grekin bury a body, which seemed simple but turned out to be quite the hassle, as graveyards are wrought with undead and the like, and it turns out the body that they were burying was a newly created vampire, seemingly, that unfortunately managed to escape. But because the two survived and managed to dispatch numerous undead, they were made into full-fledged hunters. Shortly after, they were given a job to investigate a doctor who had gone missing. It turns out they had gone a little mad with the death of their family and had thusly been searching for a method of immortality. This method that they found being the process of transforming oneself into a Wendigo, a creature of hunger and cannibalistic desire. And shortly after, this Wendigo, which had been outside the city at this point, broke past the defenses, climbed the walls, made it into the city. And we're unsure what happened then, but while that was being dealt with, Icaros and Florence went to continue their investigations, expecting not to find a hostile creature, but they did, and with a little bit of luck and a lot of violence on their part, dispatched it. Of course, this was a bit of a feat, and when they returned, having killed such a dangerous monster all on their own, while the city's defenses had failed, it was decided that they would be given a official celebration by the governor of the city. They were invited to something of a party, and that is approximately where we left off in preparation of that. And so, we will be continuing from the perspectives of Icaros and Florence. The rest, Avatea, Damien, and Aaliyah, will be joining us soon. But for now, Icaros and Florence, you have prepared, you have acquired your fancy clothes, Florence, and Icaros, I assume that you have polished your armor as best you can with the patina it has acquired. And it is time.
Yeah.
You have been summoned to the head of state, the manor of the governor of Ulgard, Governor Alaric.
One sec. Sorry.
You're good.
Body,
Under the-
soul.
You're good. Under the assumption that you are not turning down such an invitation, especially after preparation, you arrive shortly after sunset to the gates of the center of this city, essentially.
Icaros takes a moment to look around and then at Florence. Before, we're gonna let the fella take the lead on this one because she is entirely out of her depth when it comes to this. She does, however, have the mindfulness to take her helmet off and show her head, rather than walk into a party like this with her helmet on.
Shit, hold on one sec. Waves brain fog with hand.
Installs a tiny fan in your ear.
You are at the front gate. There is a guard at the front gate who is letting certain people pass in, most of which look rather fancy.
Of course they look fancy.
Florence, he's dressed as dapper as he can be. He actually borrowed this outfit from somebody he knows, because he's broke. He wears his little pendant on a great big chain on his front, and he takes a moment to kind of openly gawk at the property, take a look, kind of understand its layout, what kind of guards are around. He can't help it. Then he addresses Icaros, and he says, you always have me take point. You should give me the armor. Well, and he looks at the the guards, and he addresses them, and he says, "May we enter? We've been invited. Please." I apologize. I'm trying my best.
You're
Doing
doing
good, Bendy.
great, Bendy.
I'm very proud of you. But if you need to rest, please do. Holds him up, pats his
It's
head.
okay. It's okay. I'm just
You're fine.
worried about my friends.
So, the guard is dressed rather plainly in armor, and he looks both of you up and down, very clearly not the similar pedigree to those who are coming in. And who might you be?
We're the famous hunters that's bailed your people out twice now. Your master has summoned us. And Florence is kind of snobby about it.
As good as that is, if you could give your names as opposed to your supposed achievements. He kind of rolls his eyes at that.
Oh, you haven't heard? Well, my name's Florence. This is Icarus. You should get out more and you'll hear stuff about this. I'm gonna take that back. He didn't say that. And Florence, and this is Icarus. And he lifts up his chain. We're hunters. Like I said, your master summoned us. Please let us in.
He gives kind of an annoyed scowl. He's like clearly trying to think of a way to not allow you in because of your demeanor. But it seems he can't think of one, and he kind of just lazily waves you in.
And Florence leads Icarus in. And does he rage bait? No. He just
Does
continues
he
past
rage
the
bait?
guard into
Will
the
save.
courthouse. Courtyard, right?
Courtyard, there you go. So you continue following the rest of the guests. The courtyard has hedges along a path that leads up to what is a fairly grand house, especially in this city. Florence, you've seen it before. It's definitely the nicest house in the city, but you wouldn't want to go near here unless you were invited.
Florence
You get up to
comments, when I was a kid, we used to actually sneak in here. But they take it more seriously whenever you're grown up, so I don't come here often anymore.
Fair enough. Something like this sort of a landmark would attract children, I imagine.
Yeah, people's got money and they don't often miss it.
You make your way up to the front door, which is held open, a pair of butlers greeting the guests. They give you a bit of a look, but they seemingly can figure out who you are at a glance. And, of course, give you a warm welcome, bring you into the entrance, and there's someone to lead you to what would be the Great Hall for Gathering. You walk across plush carpets, fancy paintings, lights that glimmer with unnatural hues in the walls, to a grand ballroom. Little tables set up, people having fancy drinks and snacks.
Lawrence, he's leading, but he gets in there and he immediately finds one of the tables and grazes on the snacks available. And he comments out loud, "This place is way too good for me. Kind of stuffy."
They always feel a little bit out of place in the city, but more so here.
Well, hopefully. Hopefully we just have to let the mayor take all the credit for all of our hard work, and maybe we'll get out of here.
Sounds familiar.
A few minutes go by. You're able to enjoy snacks the likes of which you've never even seen before. Nice meats and sweets and all these things. But it's not long until a man in a blue
Freaking heck.
frickin' heck. I thought I was
Gosh
ready.
dang.
Let's pull up. A man in a blue doublet stands at the end of the hall, clears his throat, and the various people quiet down and look to him.
Munch, 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 munch.
Gives everyone a moment, and I want to thank you all for coming here tonight. As we all know, our defenses were breached recently, but the threat that has caused such a breach has been promptly and expertly dealt with by a pair of new hunters to our city. And this celebration is to give them both the recognition that they deserve for doing what we failed to do.
Oh, geez, I wish you would just take credit instead. Florence says somewhat nervously.
So please, all of you, be merry, mingle with each other. And if you would be so kind, offer your most honest thanks to our guests of honor. And he gestures at both of you, and everyone sort of turns.
Icaros is standing straight, stone-faced, and just sort of stares off into the mid-distance. She's not good in social situations, and this is the socialist of situations.
Both of them look extremely out of place, I would say. Florence, he actually looks a little bashful, tugs at his collar, and he tries to address everyone that's looking at him, but deep down inside, he doesn't necessarily want the adoration of these kinds of people, the kind that looked down on him when he was a child. But he tries to bask in it at least a little bit.
Shortly after, the crowd looks away from you both. The governor takes his leave, not even standing in the room anymore. And you're given a few minutes to continue your enjoyment of the hors d'oeuvres and such, but it seems like nobody's particularly approaching you.
I figured this was how it would go.
Well, I think everyone here knows we don't really belong here. And then he kind of leans over to Icaros. Do they really think the city's secure?
I don't imagine that they do, but that would be something fairly difficult to miss. I imagine they don't care unless it's one of them. I would also, she notes, taking her finger and putting it in a little circle, this particular part of the city is somewhat apart from the rest. I imagine it's significantly more secure.
Oh, trust me, it is. He grumbles a little bit. Well, I can tell you for one thing, I don't believe the city is secure, and they'll find that out soon enough, and it'll, be our problem. He kind of, takes another little pinch of whatever snacks are on offer, and he throws it in his mouth. But maybe that's good for us, I don't know. He kind of, scrunches his face a little bit, he thinks, I can't help but to think negatively here.
It's hard not to. However, it is something to be enjoyed for now. Try to
Sure.
lighten your mood.
Well, just, we'll make it our party instead, yeah?
As you are
And then
chatting,
he kind of, pats her on the shoulder.
as you are chatting, you hear from behind you, Florence. Someone clear their throat.
Lawrence turns. He addresses the person with his chest. He stands tall.
You see a simply dressed man in what is clearly the uniform of the butlers here, who gives you both a deep and seemingly genuine bow. Says, if the guests of honor would so please, our governor would like to have a word with you in private.
Lead on.
Lawrence politely follows if he is led.
You are led out of the party, down hallways, past bustling servants bringing new trays of snacks and drinks of various kinds, to a more quiet part of the manor. The door is opened. The butler leads you in and closes the door. You're in a very well-furnished room. The carpet, like the rest of the place, plush, a deep red. Paintings, bookshelves, display cases line the walls. It's a bit dim, lit only by moonlight streaming through curtained windows, and a low fire crackling in a fireplace along one wall. And in front of the fireplace, a high-backed chair, sitting the governor himself, sipping on a glass of wine.
Icaros seems half tentative to step on the carpet because of the armored boots that she's wearing, but steps into the room along with Florence. She seems to be somewhat fidgeting with the helmet that's riding on her hip, too.
And Florence, he meanders over across the carpet. He doesn't seem so flushed about that. His eyes do wander across all of the things that line the walls and the counters and desks and cabinets and whatnot, seemingly impressed, wondering about how long one could live if they could just find their way in here, but he sighs a little bit. Such things are kind of behind him now, he figures. And he approaches the mayor, and he addresses him and he says, "Sir."
The governor stands up,
Governor.
still holding his wine. He gives you a nod, Mr. Hoggart. And you would be Icaros, yes?
She nods her head. Correct. A pleasure to meet you.
And you
Likewise.
as well. I am honored to meet both of you, and I would like to wholeheartedly congratulate you on what you have accomplished recently. And thank you for joining today, even if largely it seems that the others don't share my thankfulness for your deeds.
Florence,
Icaros.
go ahead.
Icaros seems to reappraise him somewhat in her observation and says, "Well, that can be expected in some cases, but I appreciate the candor." And then she looks towards Florence for his continuation.
Florence kind of looks him over, obviously thinking, pondering. He has a lot of feelings about this place, about the people here, about his life, how easy it is these people live and how they barely even know. But he inhales through his nose and he says, "Well, I appreciate you reaching out to us. Not many people would. She's an outsider and I'm a lowlife." And he kind of purses his lips a little bit. "I suppose it does mean something that she would do that for something like us."
The governor grimaces, steps a little closer to both of you, which allows you to see him in full. He is an older man, 40s, perhaps even 50s. His hair has been combed back in what this morning was assuredly a neat fashion, but now is a little bit unkempt from the day's event. His face is hard. He seems to wear a resting grimace, wrinkles betraying his age and the worries and struggles he has faced. And how he stands is less like those in the hall where they were standing with some sort of confidence from status or even cockiness. He's standing more like a soldier at rest, you notice, Icarus. And he offers his open hand to you to begin with, Florence. Low
Florence
life or
eyes.
not.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. No, you
No,
go.
no, you're fine. Ah, wah, 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 wah.
Perhaps your past life was of less honorable deeds, and perhaps you are an outsider looking to Icarus. But make no mistake, your deeds recently make you, for the day at least, heroes.
Thinking. Well, Governor, I appreciate that you would recognize us despite social norms dictating that you maybe shouldn't. But if I may be so bold, are you here to thank us, or are you here to reward us? Because
Perhaps
if
a
you
little
do
bit of
intend,
both.
and he raises his hand, well, if you intend to reward us, keep my share. I'd rather you spend it on the burrows that you ignore.
He takes your hand to shake.
He shakes it. Despite his words, he doesn't seem outwardly hostile, just a little conflicted.
He also offers his hand to you, Icarus. Once
She
done shaking Florence's.
she hesitates a moment, and then you can see her reach onto her gauntlet, unfasten something, take it off, and then reach to shake his hand. Her hand is very cold.
In contrast, his hand, and you notice this as well, Florence, is warm and like grasping rough leather. Gives a strong shake.
She takes a moment whenever their hands touch, and she very carefully moves her hand to the side to examine to see if there are any marks on his arm or his hand on the back, out of curiosity.
Roll notice or investigate.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, wow.
Go to character sheet. Go to clicky buttons. Go to. I don't think awareness would be worth it here. So it would just be a flat roll, looks like.
Alrighty.
Boop.
You privately rolled them. We can't see.
Well, it was a negative one. Unless you
A
want me to
negative one?
roll it.
No, So you just see his hands are definitely calloused and worn.
She pauses for a moment and says, "You were a soldier?"
Some time ago. Yes.
How did a soldier rise to be the governor of the city?
Well, you're new here. I shouldn't expect you to know these things. The family's been governing this city for well on 200 years now. And as is standard, when the child of the governor, before they are ready to take office, is expected to spend some time in service to the guard.
A worthy tradition, one that I approve of myself. As a member of the guard, though, you surely must know that some of the outer walls are undermanned at best.
I do.
And you must understand that if I can find certain packages into the city, so can other nasties and evildoers the same. Place is not secure. I am. And he kind of wonders a little bit. Normally, I would consider this to be a your problem, but it seems like it's our problem, and it seems like you're not totally ignorant. What am I
Why
saying?
is
I'm
it?
sorry. Okay, go
You're
ahead.
good. Icarus, what did you say?
So why is it so insecure? You have the men, you have the space. You've got the curtain walls. You
Florence
even
kind of
have the support of the church if you need to consecrate it. Consecrate it.
Florence kind
Why?
of can you like interject a little bit here and kind
Keep
of
going.
he kind of interjects and he says to Icaros, "There's no such thing as a secure city ever. Never seen one.
More secure.
Against these kinds of things, I don't know.
Spells, wards, constructs, machines. She shrugs her shoulders.
The governor clearly takes some time to weigh what he's going to say. Waves his hand towards the butler who's been standing in the corner watching, who comes to quietly ask you if you would like a drink.
Absolutely."
Icarus shakes her head.
Right. Shortly thereafter, the butler brings you a glass of wine.
Yep.
Yep, yep, says the Florence.
Are you
Certainly
sipping
better than
it
the
or
trash.
are you drinking it?
Oh no, he shotguns a whole glass won't go. And he kind of looks at the glass and offers it back to the butler. Certainly better than what we got back at the burrow.
Would you like another, sir?
Florence kind of chuckles with himself a little bit. He's like, "No, I think I might get myself in trouble."
He nods, takes the glass, and leaves. The governor seems that he has weighed what he said. What Mr. Hoggard says is true. No city is truly entirely fortified. And unfortunately, or well, no, it is unfortunate. We cannot conscript many people into the guard. For one must volunteer for the positions, which means that, of course, in a time of relative peace that we have seen these past few decades, well, the people grow complacent, and thusly, there are less who seek to protect their families themselves. More so, the cost of more passive measures is significant, and while I may govern this city in law, I, of course, cannot choose the flow of money, where it goes, where it comes from, with such great degree.
Florence's eyes wander in silent disagreement, but he doesn't offer an argument. Notices
Those,
Florence might be kind of a communist.
Our city, comrade.
those people in that other room, you surely saw their indifference towards you.
I've noticed it my whole life.
Indifference or ignorance.
They
She
only care
responds.
about themselves. He kind of starts saying like out loud in kind of a personal tone. They'll never care about anyone else as long as they get to have their dinner and their wonderful wine and they can prance and posture to each other. They'll allow the whole city to burn. They're useless.
I could not have said better myself. But they are necessary in their own way. Unfortunately.
Money, context, trade.
No
Icarus
city
says.
runs without trade. Food, niceties.
Money wasted on the irrelevant. But they keep. I take that back. I don't know. I'm a little brain fogged. I'm sorry.
You're doing great, Bendy.
You are. So that begs the question, Icarus says, putting her gauntlet back on almost absent-mindedly. I don't believe you throw... She glances back towards where the little entry room would be and says, a gala, I suppose I'll call it, for every killed monster. Why have you brought us here? Are you wanting to answer this in some way, or is there something else that you brought us here for?
Decades of peace coming to a close, Florence guesses under his breath.
You are as sharp as I hoped.
People like
Well,
us aren't invited here without a reason.
While it might be true, there's a purpose to this party. What you two have done is no small achievement and is to be recognized for sure, even if they do not recognize it. But think of it as a way to boost morale after a tragedy. But I did want to speak with you both. You are both relatively new hunters. Not too long in your careers. I don't know of your past, Icarus, but I know something of yours, Florence.
It's a matter of public record.
That it is, though I know some of the things less in the public record.
Florence gives him a real look.
Icarus notices this and she looks towards Florence and you can see one of her eyebrows go up. I'm like, yeah?
Survival means something different for certain people, is all he offers.
Don't think that I mean to look down on your method of survival. I understand the necessity of it,
Quite.
even if it's not so idealistic.
Well, all of us here have felt blood on our hands. I think we all get each other.
No comment. That was
I
a
wanted-
in character. That was me saying not no comment from Icarus.
But ultimately, I did want to speak with you both. There have been some concerns and rumors rising from some unsavory places.
Ah. Go on.
As fresh hunters, and given your past, Mr. Hoggard, I can't imagine that you are both too deeply entrenched in the workings of the cathedral.
Not quite. But I know a guy.
I'm sure you do.
I get the feeling that Lawrence here knows many guys in many different places that I continue to not fully expect from him.
So, let us quit beating around the bush. Rumors of what and from whom?
There have been a significant rise in the past couple years of events, incidents in the graveyard that the cathedral manages, other non-specific rumors regarding the High Priestess, and more talk of vampires amongst the citizens and hunters alike.
Oh, jeez.
And I am somewhat worried given the bouts of ineffectiveness of the cathedrals and the hunters who have been serving us for years now.
About
I fear something may be amiss.
ineffectiveness.
Orange shrugs his shoulder and says, "This high priestess, I am not familiar with this church. Well, I am, let me rephrase that. I'm not familiar with the machinations of the cathedral, but You said there's rumors of the High Priestess. I assume she's somewhat in control of what the hunters do.
For your in-character information, Florence, the hunters are entirely managed by the cathedral. So yes, the High Priestess is the one who ultimately tells you what you do and don't do.
And Florence kind of glances at Icaros and says, "And yet you are the one telling us this, huh? I take it you're not doing this on their behalf, are you?"
He certainly is not, Icaros responds.
Florence
If
exhales audibly through his nostrils.
I have concerns. And I won't ask you to do anything that would put yourselves in danger. I ask you, as promising hunters, potential heroes for the city to look up to be careful and watchful. And, if you wish, if you find any evidence of anything less than, well, not on the up and up, contact me.
And you swear that you'll actually do something about if we find anything, you'll swear you'll actually do something worthwhile.
With evidence, I could convince many people to allow me to take action.
I will assume you're aware of the target you've painted on your back now too, correct?
I'm governor of a city. I've had a target painted on my front the entire time I've been alive.
True, but not for any extant vampires that might be here. They wouldn't have been really coerced to care about you too awful much. But you brought us apart specifically for this, and you're concerned about them. Are you aware of how to fight a vampire? Can you? If one comes through your window when we leave?
I cannot say that I am entirely confident I could dispatch something of such a nature myself, but I assure you I am ultimately safe here. While I can't take great action for the city, I am allowed at least personal protections.
Florence
In,
addresses him. Oh, go ahead.
in fact, they are encouraged.
Florence thinks a little bit, tucks his hands in his pockets, and he addresses the governor. And he says, "I know what I'm about to ask might look a certain way, but..." And he takes his hands out and gestures them out to the side. "We'll perform this little investigation of yours. Obviously, you're not just making it up. Will you fund it?"
I'm not asking you to launch an investigation. I'm only asking you to, if you hear anything or see anything that would substantiate the rumors going around, to relay them to me.
And
That is
you
all
think,
I ask.
yeah,
Rumors of
you're asking
rumors
for
of
something
vampires
expensive.
in the graveyard, yes?
Vampires, the graveyard, anything that you think would not be in this city's best interest.
Damn, this city really doesn't want anyone to just lay dead.
Icaros glances at Florence. They both remember what happened the first day they were here, yeah?
You said that
In
out loud in
character, you
character.
should.
We're having a silent moment, sort of here, Bendy.
Oh.
But do you remember Florence? As in, does Florence remember what happened the first day?
I'm brain fogged. I'm not sure what's going on. What are you asking?
The first day
So-
we were here, Bendy, we encountered both undead and attempted to put down a newly born vampire.
Oh yeah. Florence kind of looks back at her, looks back at the governor. Well, I mean, I'll tell you straight up, Mr. Governor. There are vampires. I just didn't think they would actually be in the church.
Ikaros shakes her head for a moment and says, "The first day that we were here, we were brought into the graveyard. Some undead had risen, which I am given to know that that is not an uncommon thing. If they're interred inappropriately, or in some other cases, it just kind of happens." She shakes her head for a moment. "One of the interred did indeed turn into a vampire. I was unable to kill it outright."
He nods.
Florence starts stroking his chin, thinking about the High Priestess. Did we actually meet her?
You have, yes.
We did.
And she also was the one who suggested that we should go to the graveyard.
She put you on that mission.
The hell's
Your
going on with this place?
your introductory mission was to help bury a corpse and
Wow.
hammer a cage over the burial site.
You would think it's Florence is like his little gears are turning a little bit. You know, it is odd. Every last thing that's happened to us since we've joined has been the undead or the monsters that are closely associated with them. Ikaros, I might need to learn how to dispatch these creatures. It feels like there will be no end to it.
The
I know
library
that
is
you're.
accessible.
No, but I can't read.
We're working on that, remember?
Yeah, he looks away a little flustered. Well, listen, Governor. We'll take a look around. We'll keep an eye open. I'll talk to some people. And as far as anyone else is concerned, there is no investigation.
He smiles for the first time and honestly gives you a moderate bow. Thank you. And the people will thank you in time, I'm sure.
And Florence kind of points a finger at him, not quite like stretched, but like closer to his body. The people. If we find anything, I want you to do something for my burrow. I know you can afford it. I know you've always been able to afford it. Okay? You can lie to me. Just swear it.
What would you ask for your burrow?
Clean water. My parents got sick every time they took from the well. The place is miserable and poor. Yet the guards step on us as if we're chose to be that way. And I don't mind helping the city, but I do mind helping those assholes. And he points towards the wall where the ballroom would be.
He nods. I will see it done.
Appreciate you. Oh, and
Preach, brother.
Peace sign.
obviously, I don't think we should just walk up here and demand your butler or an audience with you. So, how do we communicate? Or, I mean, we could just walk up here. I don't know. I'm not rich.
Give a letter or have a letter delivered to the men at the gate. They'll ensure that I see it.
I see. He looks sick, Rose. You'll know it's us whenever we seal it with our, and he holds up his, what do you call it again? The mark of office?
It's a hunter's pin.
Hunter's pin. We'll seal it with this. And that way you'll know it's us.
Even better. Now, I won't keep you from your celebration. Do try to have what fun that you can, or at the least, enjoy the snacks that these people have procured for you.
She inclines her
Icarus.
head, glances at Florence, and then pauses before they leave. And she looks at the governor, ponders for a moment. You have your precautions, you have your protections here. Those are good. Those are in place. On my own advice, and perhaps as a similar bit of repayment from Florence, as Florence has gotten, find another measure, one no one else knows about, something to protect yourself, and get yourself out of trouble. This isn't going to be as straightforward as we would like it to be.
Shall keep that under consideration.
She nods her head, and she turns to leave alongside Florence.
Florence follows behind. Close behind. In fact, I imagine they don't really leave each other's side the whole time.
They are the
Ex-
pores in this situation. You
The
gotta
butler.
stick together.
The butler brings you back to the hall, where you are left to your devices to enjoy drink, food, various things from far off lands, all the fancy stuff that would be at a party full of people born with golden spoons in their mouths. But ultimately, you are ignored and avoided by the rest of the guests until it is time to take your leave.
Thank
Florence
goodness.
takes one of the handkerchiefs provided, places food on it, wraps it up tightly, sticks it in his pocket.
One of the serving people clearly makes to stop you, and then just notices who you are and kind of, excuse me, have a lovely night, sir.
Florence like flashes him a little shit-eating grin. He's like, "You too."
And you leave.
I love ruining my people's reputation, he says as he walks out.
Don't you want to tie it to a small stick so it looks like you're a vagabond wandering the land with your little parcel of food?
No, I'm not a vagabond. I'm married to this place I was born at, I suppose. He grumbles a little bit. God, I can't stand these people. Honestly, I should show you where I live. The destitution these people survive in. Not right. But it is, he grumbles. I will say, when evil corrupts the upper echelons, it can mean doom for everyone, so we should probably take this seriously.
Eventually, you two make your way back to the cathedral, as it is ultimately both of your homes at this moment.
We live here.
And outside the front door, you find Parker waiting for you.
Is
Parker is the
Rain-
acolyte that has,
Yes.
yeah, your
Holy
guy.
victim.
Our squire.
How old is he again?
Parker is... Give a description for everybody. Parker is a teenaged boy of average height, some matted with freckles and topped off with curly brown hair to match his eyes, wearing simple black robes, signifying that he is an acolyte.
Now, Florence walks right up to him, doesn't even let him talk, scruffs his hair, pulls the food out of his pocket, and offers it to him.
Thank you, Mr. Florence. I'm I'm supposed to bring you both to the dining hall.
Lead on then.
Yeah.
And cradling this little bundle of food in both of his hands, the entire way, he leads you both to the dining hall.
It's like an extremely juicy rib. By the way.
Ooh, nice. In the dining hall, you find a lot of people gathered. And at the end of it, you see High Priestess Lystra and Cheryl. You see some of your fellow hunters, 4 of them at the moment. And of course, all of the normal clergy standing around, and they give a sort of impromptu cheer as you walk in.
Lawrence blushes and looks away. God damn it. He waves at them.
The High Priestess addresses the crowd. Our guests of honor have arrived, and we may now proceed in celebrating in a way that I am sure that they did not get to enjoy while they were at the manor today. Florence, Icarus, we thank you for your service and congratulate you on your achievement. Please, enjoy yourselves this evening. That's all she says, and she leaves. Cheryl starts managing things as the acolytes bring out big meals, and all of you, including Damien, Avatea, Aaliyah, are all given, you were called here under, hey, there's going to be a celebration. A veritable feast is laid out for you.
Again. Yeah.
Again, this one's more of a real feast. Instead of the fancy snacks and stuff, you've got like large bulk food, but is a little nice, but not like crazy extravagant.
People food.
And this time, people are talking to you. And you can mingle with each other because you're all kind of cornered to a particular table, sitting all of the hunters together, including... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, you can describe what you're doing right now. What you doing?
I was just going to say, Damien is, he looks over the food and the spread and everyone, and he'll give a quick prayer. And, before he digs in, he says, he like motions over to one of the butlers. He's like, I don't know what you call it here, but it's like a plate with fancy meats and cheeses. Is that it? Or like
is it yes, you want a charred cutlery board.
Whatever you call it here. All right.
Yes.
I want it on my table, please.
The acolyte.
One more question. Am I allowed to smoke in here?
He kind of looks over to Cheryl, who gives a moment and then just kind of nods. He says, yeah, tonight you can. Don't do it any other time.
Then an ashtray as well, please. And he'll take out
the bulwark.
Oh, whatever. And he'll light it.
You are given a earthenware bowl and it seems that they kind of just, this acolyte goes to other tables, collects a bunch of just meats and some very basic cheese, throws them onto a big plate, and then just hands them to you.
And then like
perfect.
Yeah, he's like piling up as much things on his plate as he possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be a just blur of feathers as Avatea is just not eating a lot of everything, but trying everything.
Aaliyah? Are you partaking?
Aaliyah isn't. She is, but she is not eating in this case. She's hanging out. She enjoys chatting a little bit, but she doesn't actually take anything to eat herself. Instead, she keeps asking everybody what they think of it. She's like, "Oh, how is that? Whatever. I mean, whatever the bird boy's eating. He's trying everything, right? So whatever he's got in his mouth, she's like, oh, how's that?" Or she asks Icarus. Out of curiosity, have these characters been introduced to each other at this point?
Yeah, it's a good question.
You haven't-
We did a little one shot, but
That
do any of them with another?
So the one shot is sort of non-canon or later in the timeline. At this point, none of you have been formally introduced. You probably saw each other in the halls or anything, but for the sake of convenience, none of you struck up any significant conversation.
Even better, because it doesn't change what it is Aaliyah does. She just doesn't say her name. Asks Icaros, whatever. Wow, how's that thing? Asks Damien, it's like, oh man, how's that cheese? She kind of just makes a busybody of herself, asking everybody about what they're eating.
Scurrying around, talking to people.
All the other hunters as well, not just the party at this table, but certainly them.
There will be from across the room, kind of understanding that Aaliyah is asking these questions. Every once in a while, you'll just hear a very active bird. This is fucking delicious. You gotta try this.
Or like way over there, like he just shouts at her.
Yep.
Phenomenal. This is excellent news for her.
Icaros doesn't appear to be eating.
Oh.
She's sort of awkwardly kind of in Florence's general location, but she's sequestered herself not away from everyone, but apart enough that nobody's trying to give her any food or anything like that.
Yeah, I would say probably the pair of them have an air, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ori, of not quite belonging quite yet.
Yeah, that would be pretty succinct for it. They haven't been here for too awful long.
And the candor, the tenor of the people, including the party members, strikes Florence as not odd, just noticeably different. And he seems kind of almost distracted with something in his head. He'll probably get the attention of an acolyte and ask for some wine.
You were brought some very, basic wine. It's more, it's wine, but it's watered down a bit.
Florence
Working
isn't
class
surprised at church wine being a slightly watered down. It's nothing he's not used to. He sips at it,
And
he watches the bird, and he's like, damn, that one's pretty loud, isn't it?
I will
We've seen
say,
them a few times at mealtimes. They tend
I
to
am
be-
going to step away for just a moment. You are all welcome to interact. I will say, though, Bendy, at this point, if you feel that you cannot maintain yourself the rest of the session, you are welcome to go get some rest and try and feel better.
You gonna be okay, little fella?
I'm okay. I'm laying down, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Why would that?
All right.
Why would we be bothered about you laying down? Grabs.
Because according to you, you can tell.
I can't. That doesn't mean I'm mad about it in this particular instance.
What'd you say,
No,
Jacob?
it's fine.
Bullies.
Damien has, he's piled up high, like a big plate. But he's taken one bite out of everything and then left it on the plate.
Wow.
And he's taken out a personal little notebook, and he's taken some notes, kind of just quietly to himself while he smokes, like a
Nice.
chimney. By the way, when he finishes one cigarette, he takes out another, and you can't tell if he's stressed or is this is just how he is. You can't.
Like I said, I have to BRB for a moment. Interact if you wish, or you can just chit-chat, and I will be back, and something will be happening.
We can yak
But
at one another.
BRB.
Ooh.
Also, seeing Damien's little journal notebook, Avatea is gonna be interested in that. Because
My
they are
interest has been
doing
piqued.
similar. They have a little grimoire on their hip that they occasionally click open just to write down. Delicious.
Food. Yummy.
Food. With a little sketch and a vague understanding of what the name was.
Hmm. You see, Damien's not like drawing anything. He's just like literally just writing, and it doesn't seem like he's writing like a big long paragraph or anything. He's just writing like quick short notes as well. And it's less of like a large book and more of like one of those little pocket journals that you keep on the inside of a jacket.
But it's moleskin too, the little hipster.
Yeah, it's got the little strap, the little elastic strap around it.
It's
So
got a little
smoking American spirits.
American
Oh yeah,
spirits.
American red 100s,
No.
cowboy killers.
Lawrence
He's-
sips his wine as he watches the hunters interact with each other, and he asks Icarus, "Do you think they're all like, like us? Like, not from inside the church, outsiders, useful people, that kind of thing?" I mean, he kind of looks at them. He looks over. We got a burb that's like peering over someone's shoulder, someone sampling a large amount of food, someone suspiciously not eating. And he wonders to himself, these don't strike me as acolytes of any kind.
More than likely, it's a mix, she says. She has her helmet in her hand and she appears to be picking out a little bit of fluff or something from inside of it and flicking it to the side while she's speaking. She gestures at the bird, the one flapping around and eating things. We've noticed that one before, generally at meal times as well, moving around. They've been here for a while. The acolytes, similar to our squire, have been around for quite a while as well. But she notes and points in between them. Different complexions, different quality of their own decorations and accessories and whatnot. She gestures towards the firekeeper as well. That one isn't from the local area either. More than likely, the church has accepted any and all people that they're able to acquire. Whether that's for their abilities or that's the only people they can attract in this instance. Given the relative complacency that we've seen of the city, it's unlikely they have too many local volunteers.
Ah, eccentrics then. He sips his wine.
Typically, like yourself.
Wow, what
She
the
blinks
fuck?
slowly.
Glances over at her. Well, I'd say that's the most polite way someone's described me since I've gotten here.
These two are the judgiest poors I've ever heard of.
Yeah, basically.
Presumably that they're saying this to themselves. Alia and the others don't hear what they're saying.
I mean, if you want to
But
hear, that's fine.
none of it's derogatory. Like you could probably hear it if you want to. But she's answering Florence by saying this is probably why there aren't very many locals. That's why they seem so much different. The only
If Alia
locals,
hears it, she doesn't make any motion.
the only locals here will likely be people who couldn't find anything else to do. Unfortunately.
Well, the only real reason I'm here is because he says, looking
You're
up
a
at the
criminal.
church. Yeah, I guess so.
She makes a small laugh.
At this point, Hunter William, who you have all at least had one interaction with up to this point, more than likely multiple. As to whether or not you enjoyed those interactions is up to you. I believe you have all been given a general description of his demeanor and etc. He seems to appear out of the crowd, holding something under his cloak, and he, with a wide grin on his scarred face, starts gesturing and gathering all of you around, like, come here, come on. But specifically all of you, the only hunters here.
Ali was trying real hard to not go over until he was very specifically trying to get to our table, and then she's like, "Oh, sure, yeah, of course."
Avatea is gonna show up purely by convenience of there is more food there.
I think Damien gets up, puts out his cigarette, and asks one of the butlers to come over, and I put this all up in a to-go bag for me. All right, I'm saving it for later. Don't throw it out. He's like point him right in the face, and then he walks out.
For some reason in my head, whenever you said that, he said he puts his cigarette out, stands up, lights another cigarette, and it says that.
He probably would.
The travel cigarettes. It's entirely different.
You gotta have a walking cigarette.
Yeah. You got the Lucky
Walt
Strikes
Disney
for making yourself move a little bit quicker, and then you got the American 100s for relaxation.
They have different buffs on them. Yeah.
Where's the Marlboro sit? Is that the go to sleep one?
Nobody smokes Marlboros.
That's the
Marlboro Reds. Oh my god.
Also, we all know
my
the
God.
Newports are the walking cigarettes.
No. Those are Pall Malls. Pall Malls are the walking cigarettes.
No, Pall Malls are the sitting on your
No,
porch
If
cigarettes.
you're getting exercise, you're smoking the Virginia Slims, the diet cigarettes. Come on.
Diet cigarettes.
Anyway, you are all gathered. Icaros, are you joining Florence as
Icaros,
well?
very plainly attempts to convince herself that she has some sort of other thing to do, but decides, and then she puts her helmet back on before joining the rest.
Step, watch, look over, walk, and Florence.
All right. So, for those who have not heard the explanation of Hunter William, Master Hunter William is a roguish-looking man with a lanky build, often has a smirk, lots of scars on his face. His hair is curly, black, entirely unkempt, like dude has not seen a comb in decades. He's got blue-green eyes that stare in wide interest with anything that catches them. He wears a long wool half-cloak that hangs from his shoulders to his ankles, often with the hood up because it makes him look mysterious. And underneath is a leather jerkin covered in pockets, straps, rings, a belt with heavy pouches, and dark wool breeches. And of course, a hunter's pin that is gold instead of the usual silver, indicating that he is a master hunter. Well, technically it's Lumia, but it looks golden.
It glows.
And it glows. And he gathers all of you over you. All of you. And he's clearly hiding something under his cloak. He says, so we got the newbies, and they're finally, they finally got a good accomplishment under their belt, so I think it was high time we gave them a proper hunter's celebration.
Florence takes another nervous sip of his wine.
Damien, Avatea, and Aaliyah, you've been here for a month or two. You've never heard this brought up before.
Yeah,
But he's all looking at you like co-conspirators.
Alia smiles back. She's not, unfriendly about it, but she certainly is confused. But she's like, well, he's a superior officer, I suppose. I don't want to, make waves best I can anyway.
He's your senpai.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. We'll say that. For the purposes of this conversation, yeah, senpai.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm down for it. What's up?
Sorry, I got a solid answer from Zeal, and it's gonna make me giggle a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't senpai fuck boys anymore, Zeal says.
Aww. So, once he's done, so you two, now that you've had a first successful hunt, good job, by the way, I could have done better, but great job. You know, I'm surprised that you managed to survive even. Regardless, it's proper, it's tradition and proper hunter's celebration to a first successful hunt. You partake in a special meal, right? So I got this special for you, made it myself, properly seasoned, cooked to perfection, if I don't say so myself. And you two get to enjoy it to yourselves. And from under his cloak, he produces a platter. And on this platter is a cloche. Sets down the platter, pulls off the metal covering, and you see what looks like a... Imagine, if you will, a turkey leg, but overgrown. The meat itself is overgrown to the point of bulbousness, and it's a dark grayish kind of red with a ominously green sheen of oil to it.
What have you done to this creature?
I prepared it properly. It should be perfect for your celebration.
What the
Come
hell
on,
is
dig
that?
in.
No, thank you. I have leftovers.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
it.
we all have to partake in it. It's part of the celebration. It's tradition. Come on.
If
Lawrence
ev-
kind of shoots him a shitting grin. Oh, yeah, no, go first.
Of course, of
So
course.
Do we recognize what creature this is? Can Alia
You wanna roll for it?
Yeah, let's roll for it. What is she looking at?
What lore are you wanting to roll?
I
Or
was gonna say, I
investigate?
even
Oh,
wonder
God.
if my skill in the occult will be useful in this matter. But you know, I'm gonna roll. I don't actually have anything useful for like in particular. But you know what? It's just, this is a weird leg. This is clearly not a turkey, right? This isn't a turkey. This is no creature
It
whereof.
is-
So yeah, she's gonna roll a cult lore. Is this a monster? Has he slain something that, you know, would have eaten him given half a chance?
Roll.
I roll.
You have rolled.
2. Fair.
Oh, 1 sec. I think I broke a thing. See. All right. Rolled a 2. Fair. You can tell that this is most certainly not a normal animal. You're not entirely sure what, though. You haven't seen the prepared meat of whatever this is.
Icarus leans in and squints as well. Monster lore? Question mark?
If you want to roll monster lore.
Yeah.
Lawrence takes some silverware while she's doing that.
Also fair.
You also cannot determine much more other than this is some sort of terrifying beastie.
What did you kill? She says.
if
I don't-
everyone is hesitating, Avatea is gonna take a bite.
Oh no.
So first, Florence did say you first, and Hunter William will say, of course, of course. If you want me to have the honor of first bite, I'd be glad to take it. He pulls out a dagger, cuts off a chunk of this meat, which seems incredibly juicy, with more shimmering oily liquid, and pops it into his mouth and makes a good show of chewing and I haven't had this in a long time. And I did cook it to perfection. You're in for a treat today.
Florence gives a shrug. I genuinely thought you were going to give us something that gives us the runs. Seems like something you do to newbies, right? And he takes the silverware and he... Are you sure you would? Florence looks at him. Are you sure?
He is grinning, but
But
he says,
playfully.
I would never do anything to harm you. As someone for you to look up to, I can't be doing that to you.
You wanted to say senpai so
I
bad.
was about to say I was so expecting
You wanted to
senpais.
say
Guess
you
who's
wanted to say it
senpai?
so bad.
You can hear it.
So who
She-
partakes in the dish?
Sure.
Florence,
have a bite.
Avateo will.
he's sawing into it already with his silverware.
Damien and
Please
Aaliyah?
do, Florence.
Aaliyah looks at it and then lifts a hand and frowns apologetically. She's like, "Sorry, William. I have very particular dietary needs. I couldn't eat meat."
Florence like directly addresses her, like, with his eyes, not like aggressively or anything, and he's like, "You okay? You haven't eaten anything."
She says, "Yeah, and just repeats, I have very particular dietary requirements."
Yeah, Florence
Damien?
kind of shrugs.
Damien kind of grimaces. If everyone else is.
That a
Ah,
boy.
that's-
He smacks you on
that's-
the shoulder.
Good
He
old
says
peer
if everybody
pressure.
else is, and for the third time in almost exactly the same cadence, Aaliyah says, "No, I have very particular dietary requirements. Sorry."
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to tell the staff here about your dietary requirements. I wouldn't want you to go hungry, yeah?
She smiles. They know.
So
Looks around at the tables.
you all bring this meat to your mouth. If you smell it, it smells like cooked meat of some variety. Place it in your mouth and immediately are assaulted with the feeling of the thickest grease in your life coating every inch of your mouth. And I would like all of you to make some sort of check in regards to your health. Physique would be the best option.
To get out of my comfy bed, tragedy.
I have no physical things. Can I roll
Willpower
fight?
4.
You cannot roll fight.
Alright, willpower.
Icarus rolled a will.
I think that's a 3, ain't it?
All right.
Tell me, this bird has no constitution whatsoever and
Was-
still immediately ate something that everybody else was looking at with suspicion.
What's up, Damien?
What's the command again?
Excuse me,
If you
sorry.
open up your character sheet, you go to your skills, you can find a there's a little dice button next to them, or if you want to roll a flat roll, I believe it is /roll.
Okay.
/roll space 4DF.
Mm-mm.
40, you're F.
And if you want, you can make a macro for it on the bottom left by clicking anything.
I did.
Any of your
Oh.
slots.
I didn't. Yeah, I made one. I'm just gonna roll to test the macro real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the macro worked.
Nice.
Yeah, it works. All right, so Icaros, Florence, Avatea, Aaliyah's not partaking, Damien. All right, so we're going to start with Icarus. What you taste is, to say the absolute least, abysmal and vile. It is chewy in all the wrong ways, tough in all the wrong ways, and squishy in all the wrong ways. And it tastes like meat that soaked in sulfur for a few days. It is unpleasant, but through sheer willpower, you down it without vomiting.
Huh.
Florence, you partake in it. It doesn't taste too terrible. Like, it's not the worst thing you've had. Definitely, like, not something that you feel the need to spit out. You down it. You feel
I
fine.
imagine he's eaten similar quality foods before.
Yes.
He kinda sips
Avatea,
it. That shit was nasty.
Avatea, you chew on the meat a little bit, and you cannot manage to keep it in your mouth for more than a few chews. It is wholly unpleasant, and you're not even sure it's food.
Not the worst thing that I've eaten, Necro says.
Hey, what's this called, by the way?
Damien, you immediately feel violently ill. Like, this is the
Okay.
worst thing that you've had, and you can feel the nausea rising. Your body is rejecting this meat.
He'll get it out of his mouth, and if he has to throw up, he'll throw up.
He throws up.
Oh, no.
So right hands, right where he's standing, doesn't move to do anything. He just hands on knees, throws up right in between the legs.
In
Rest him on the back.
In response to this, Hunter William gives a little golf clap, smiling even wider. Excellently done. Excellently done.
Tastes like my grandmother's bunions boiled in oil.
I
Oh,
think
God.
it might have been.
What a phrase.
I like the
wouldn't-
visceral reaction there, Shard.
Hunter William
Physically
says,
flinches.
"Oh,
Sorry,
come
go ahead.
on. It wasn't that bad. I thought I did pretty well with it." And he cuts off another piece and eats it and swallows.
Once again, I ask, what was that?
Ikaros reaches, takes another piece, and eats it again.
Make
You're
another
still
roll.
Oh no.
Yeah, you want to make another roll? All right.
You have to make another roll. This will be harder.
Oh, God.
That is a fail unless you reroll.
All right, let's see here. A fail unless I reroll. What if I have +2?
That will still be a fail.
Right. She's had to eat worse in the past. Let's re-roll that.
Pay a fate point.
Yeah.
I forgot to go
Let's
through
see.
and refresh all your fate points. So if all of you are not
I
at
did
max,
already.
raise yourself back to max.
I did, yeah.
Or it's like snaps his fingers, says, "Get this man something to drink, please."
So let's see. What did you roll? Reroll with the fate
meat.
point.
5. Should
Oh.
be the
Rolled.
one.
5. No, I believe. Oh yeah, it does. All right, so a 5. You just barely managed to keep this one down. Somehow it's like building, and the taste is horrid. And you feel like you're probably going to be sick later. Also, we have been given a Sarah Straw special redeem, which means that we must all drink water, stretch, and stuff. Take a second to do that, and then we can continue. Bendy, you are, of course, exempt, but still recommended.
Why is he
Wow.
exempt? He's sick. He should have a double.
No.
Actually, you're right. He should have a double. Also, everyone in chat, drink
No,
water.
I'm baby. I can't.
I'm baby.
Baby.
Does Pepsi Wild Cherry count?
Drink water,
No.
Bendy.
I'm pretty sure that's like negative.
It's
not
like
negative.
Like overall.
But drink water. Go
Well,
drink water.
Some of the ingredients it says agua.
Water, Bendy.
After
Go get
let me
water.
see.
He's like, some of the ingredients say water? Question
Yeah,
mark.
it's carbonated
Beer is
water.
all watery. That's what all that watery stuff is. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's water in soda. He's drinking water.
A big
I'm
soda is
dying
like
slowly.
40% sugar by volume. I'd be careful with that one.
Ikaros doesn't
I was
let
gonna say, I'm pretty sure soda dehydrates you.
It doesn't.
And it's not dehydrating.
Not
but
all of it,
is-
actually.
It is mostly sugar.
I actually drink the little Coke Zeros, so I am actively hydrated by my sodas that I drink. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
Icar-
hydrating for sure.
Ikaros will not let this show on her face at all. She'll chew on it and swallow it. She got a helmet on too, so fuck you guys.
All right.
So we don't even see her shame.
You're pretty sure that you're going to be sick later. And you don't know, yeah, you're pretty sure.
Florence
is
sets
this?
his silverware down. He's like, that was absolutely fucking putrid. And he says it straight to William's face.
Florence is like, I have eaten better things out of a gutter. Actively.
And he says,
It's not.
if that's perfectly done, I'd hate to see you botch this.
Is this all you called us in here for? Because if so, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Of
actually,
course
he's kind of
not.
pissed off.
We're here to celebrate 2 new hunters' first successful hunt. They did something that, frankly, I think only I could have done otherwise. So we're here to celebrate camaraderie. Come on, we're all hunters. We all do the same thing. You all handled it wonderfully, by the way. Congratulations on what I would is your first taste of monster meat. You'll have to get used to it later, but this is the best that it gets.
That is
Anyone want
deeply
seconds?
disappointing, Icaros says. I
Anyone
already
want
had my
seconds?
seconds, thank you.
If
You
that's
can
the
have
best
thirds.
monster meat there is, I'll just saw my own neck next time.
I think I'll just eat my own fucking arm.
Damien looks to this these 2 new hunters and says, well, it's not easy getting in, that's for sure. I would like to extend my ultimate appreciation that we have more.
Much appreciated. My entry was actually quite easy, and he just leaves it at that.
All right, and now, that you are all a little more close to each other, those of you who are joining for the first time today, Aaliyah, Avatea, Damien, could you please, we'll go down the line and you'll describe your character and the achievement, the reputation that they have garnered. We will start with Damien this time, if you would be so kind.
Oh man, why
We're describing it to each other as players or like in character?
As players, you're describing it for the other people and for the
Gotcha.
audience,
So-
of course.
Damien, he when he initially started out, tried to be as alone as much as possible, but one day he got wrapped up in a bit of a mission sent in for a child who had, through their parents, had some sort of demonic spirit placed within them. And Damien, because of his detective and interpersonal skills, was able to get a connection with the child before ultimately the leader of the group that Damien was with at the time asked Damien to kill the child. And Damien, instead, lying to the commander at the time, chose to sit with them and spend what was their last moments in a peaceful time. Before they ultimately captured the parents. And Damien left that group.
And what does your character look like?
Damien, he's about 6 foot. He's got kind of this. He's kind of got this more like light brown kind of mop of curly hair that kind of like hangs a bit in his face. He looks very tired, and his suit that he kind of wears underneath his like long over trench coat is this like patchwork suit that's been sewn together, and there's like different pieces from like different colors of clothing all together, and it looks like it's been repaired a million times. And he also wears like these like cloth shoes that have also been stitched together a million times.
Bit raggedy.
And
Avatea.
as
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, as stated, he's always got a cigarette in hand and a grim look on his face.
A chain smoker. Or perhaps even a level above that. Avatea, what does your character look like and what is their reputation?
Okay, Avatea is notably of the hunters around the most unique in that they are the only demi-human.
Bird.
Bird.
Of
They
all the hunters
are
in our entire chapter, or just in our group?
just of the 5 around us, including
Gotcha.
Will, right?
This isn't everyone in the cathedral that works for the cathedral. This is just everyone who's here now.
Gotcha.
Avatea is, once again, a Pakusanji, which is notably similar to a phoenix in which it will have golden plumage near the base. The feathers will burn out into a deep red at the tips. He has a very... It is dawn morning when you look at him. Very bright, very shiny, very innocent. Notably, well, even though the armor and clothing he wears is scraps, it is just whatever the guild had left over that he is adorned in his own loose feathers with a cloak. Himself is not very injured. He doesn't have scars. He almost doesn't even look like he has calluses. Every aspect of him looks more like a painting than a person.
Emergency food coded. No.
The
true.
most notable thing on his appearance is a grimoire that he has belted to his hip that is notably just full of loose papers, papers that were clearly stitched on to add addendum notes, and on the front, a very prominent occultish symbol, and the back, a very prominent eldritch symbol. He is
Describe an occultish symbol and an eldritch symbol.
Rat. Okay.
You don't have to describe in specific right now.
Okay. Those were still works in progress.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
So, the occult symbol for a basic apparel is 3 teardrops, where the largest parts of the teardrops are touching in the center in a spiral. And the eldritch symbol on the back is going to look less like teardrops in a circle, but more a rain that melts into a puddle that melts further. Almost as if becoming a gelatinous ending, per se. Avatea's reputation, on the other hand, is he is very bubbly. He is very... I'm going to learn, I'm going to do as much and everything as I can. If you give me a job, I am gonna do it.
And
He
what was
does
your
not care
achievement
what.
as part of your reputation?
He got most of this reputation by... He was once tasked with just simply going out of town and doing some errands. In the process of doing his errands, he stumbled upon a house that looked like it didn't belong in reality. There were shards of glass that were distorting everything. And when he went to further investigate, he had found the house was overrun with what is essentially a bunch of gray oozes. The furniture in the house, while taking the shape it should have been, was simply gray. Upon closer inspection, he discovered everything was alive. Out of character, if you've played Prey, that.
Ugh.
What if you haven't played Prey?
Think Mimics, but Eldritch.
Nice.
Tentacles.
And his discovery of this allowed William and a couple of the other hunters to properly destabilize what would have been a possible cabal.
Good, good. Aaliyah, could you describe yourself and your reputation and accomplishment?
Certainly. Aaliyah is a girl of vaguely young, maybe late 20s, early 30s. Certainly, actually, I don't necessarily know if in the world that would be considered particularly young or older. I don't know. But either way, that's her appearance. She is often dressed largely in red and comparatively simply. Not that she is dressed, for example, poor, but she cuts a figure of somebody who is religious. Think of it's not that she looks like a nun, but in the way that you can recognize a nun by her appearance and how it is a simple garb, so too does she look relatively simple but religious. Notably, certainly to my knowledge, I actually didn't ask first, but I don't think red is a prominent color in the Church of Light, is it?
No, not at all. The Church of Light is all
Right.
blacks and whites.
Right. Yeah, so notably, it is not Church of Light, though she does say that she is a fervent adherent of the Church of Light. I, for some reason, cannot pull up my... There we go. Pulling up my painting. Haha.
Is it a painting?
She wears... yes, thank you. She has long white hair, over blue eyes or green eyes. I'm colorblind, my friends, so I'm not actually sure what color I painted her eyes, but I think they're like a blue or a green or something like
Light
that.
blue.
Blue. Perfect. She does not wear armor. She does not openly carry weapons, though when she is wearing equipment, she does have a sort of like a sash or a bandolier that goes underneath her cloak and across her chest that has a dagger and a variety of little simple implements, that kind of thing. Her feet, something is said about her. Not terribly long ago, there had been a couple of brand new hunters. They'd been sent on a simple task. It wasn't even out of town, but there were, something was going on out with the farmers. Somebody was upset about something. Could be, whatever it is. Little monsters, could be wolves, could be anything. Go investigate, go look at it. Gubbins. You never know. Well, night came, and they not only were not back, but had also not sent any word. Considering they weren't even out of town necessarily, not far out of town, it was a little bit suspicious, and unfortunately, new hunters, kind of a dime a dozen, like they're not really valued per se, but they are, nobody wants them to just die for no reason. But the night is dark and full of terrors, right? So when it comes down to night and they're not back within the walls, it's very much like, rough. Well, they ask, is anybody willing to go and get them back, or before they begin to assign hunters to try to recover them, most likely in the morning, Alia offered to do it right then and there at night. And so she did, by herself. She just wandered out the gates, and half of the people assumed that she was also gone, and others were just like, we'll just go out in the morning. If they're not back, we'll go out in the morning and get them. But in the morning, she did come back, and she had 2 hunters in tow. One of them was injured, not like severely, but it was clear he couldn't have gotten back on his own with the other hunter. And of course, that was pretty interesting. A lot of people wonder why. Bill, of course, said that he could have had them back that very night if he hadn't been busy. He was busy that night. But they said, those 2 hunters telling about her, said that they had not heard her come up. And as a matter of fact, she hadn't been there at night, almost at all, until very early in the morning, like 3 or 4 a.m. Before the sun rose, she showed up. And she had food for them. She said, I've been here, I'm looking for you, and I've got this food. And it was a slain animal of some sort. They didn't know what it had already been cut, but they cooked it and it was fine. And they noted, in contrast, I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise, but since we are all eating meat tonight, or many of you were eating meat, they said that she did eat meat that night, but they said it wasn't cooked. And she came back. Everybody was like, wow, that's weird.
Excellent. And so, this is how you all have heard of each other, know each other. Of course, Icaros and Florence are the new hunters on the block with their recent achievement of slaying a Wendigo on under accidental circumstances. And so,
Kinda curb stomped it a little bit.
and so your celebration continues. What do you all do for the rest of your celebration? It's a night of talking. You are all very heavily included in conversations. The acolytes and others are immediately everyone at some point comes up to all of you, thanking you for dealing with monsters and congratulating the 2 on their achievements. How do you all spend the rest of your night?
Alia, barring anybody asking her to do something, will make herself scarce. She tends to spend all of the time that she can in the library. She's a social girl. She shows up when there's something going on, but if there isn't something social going on and she doesn't have an objective, straight to the library.
Alia dips out early.
She tells everybody, though. She's like, oh, well, you all have a good night. Congratulations on the hunt, of course. Listen, I gotta hit the old dusty trail. I'm out. And then she leaves.
Florence
She
kind
probably
of
doesn't say,
mentions,
I'm out. That might be something weird to say in this time period. But, you know, she's outie.
"Howdy, howdy."
Howdy,
Uh,
5,000.
Florence is probably going to comment to the others, not in like a judgmental way, but like in a curious way. He's like, "So, is that thing about her true? You know, with the neat stuff? Did that actually happen?"
Probably.
Oh, well. He sips his wine a little bit.
I've
way to tell
not
without
known.
asking her, Florence.
What was that, Icaros? I couldn't hear you.
No way to tell without asking her, Florence.
Yes. Asking people, socializing. Yes, of course. He
What
sips
were you
his
saying,
wine.
Damien?
Damien, after we're kind of let loose, is gonna try and go outside.
Go for a smoke?
Yeah.
To take a break from the smoking?
Yeah.
It's like on his
Alright.
smoke break as he puts out
Which-
one cigarette and lights another. It's not his break cigarettes. He's got break cigarettes. He's got.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. Which cigarettes does he smoke on
Has-
his break?
Has anyone seen like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? There's like that one character who's like, I've got 6 decks, and he's got like a like just a chest full of decks. That's Damien
Yeah.
with packs of cigarettes.
Which flavor do I want this time? You know, I'm going to be relaxing outside, so we'll take a black and mild cigar.
Grape
Yeah.
flavored.
If no one stops him, Damien will head outside.
Alright, Damien heads outside.
Mhm.
Florence is chilling. Icaros,
Uh,
Avatea.
Oh, no, fine. I was gonna maybe interact with Abatea, but I can wait.
Proceed, Florence.
Yeah, fuck that bird. Sorry.
It's not anyway. So Florence kind of has been watching Avatea, his bubbly nature. He kind of recognizes that personality. He's known hundreds of people in his life in the city.
Ah,
He
yes, a
kind of
mark.
recognizes him. Yeah, well, no, he kind of recognizes what he is, and he kind of walks up to him. You know, sips his little wine, trying to be as sociable as possible, though you can tell he's really trying. And he's like, "So, Avatea, is it? You seem really enthusiastic about your work here."
I just like exploring, getting to know things. I'm not from somewhere where I really got to explore a lot. Just kind of got to hear about things, so it's nice to experience them.
Well, you're in the right place for that. I would call you kid, but I don't know.
Amatea kind of pauses for a moment. I don't think so. I mean, 20 that's considered normal, right?
Shrugs. He's like, for humans at least. Anyway, I was just kind of curious. Do you hang out anywhere? Uh, You have to explore a lot, right? Have you explored the graveyard here?
The graveyard, not quite. However, I have been outside the walls in the forest a lot. There's the encounter with the chair that had one too many teeth was a problem, but other than that, it's been fine.
Well, I imagine. I was just, I just thought, perhaps there's cool things in the graveyard if you ever wanted to explore and keep an eye out and gossip about it.
Oh, as you say that, there is gonna be a click as Avatea pulls out their grimoire and just kind of starts like scrolling through pages in which you can vaguely see, in what is clearly not his own handwriting or drawing skills, diagrams and notes on a bunch of different eldritch creatures and occult practices.
Florence cannot read, So he comments, nice pictures you got there.
Thanks. My parents used to talk to me a lot about their adventures as hunters, and they gave me this notebook and all of their notes and a bunch of information. And I didn't have much to do, so I read a lot.
May I look at it?
Go ahead. And he's like, Amateo is notably hesitant about handing it over, but he will just hand it over still.
So Florence takes the picture book, or rather, to him it's a picture book, and he holds it really close to his face, and he kind of flips through the pages looking at the drawn images, and his face grimaces. Despair crosses his face as he looks over these monsters, and he's like, "Is your folks hunted these?"
According to them, yeah, they were well-known hunters, and then I haven't been able to find them for a while, but explosions happen in the middle of the night.
Florence kind of pauses and looks at him, and he's like, "You don't know where your folks are at?"
No, I'm kind of only here because, I don't know, they said they were talking about something preparations and how things were almost complete, and then an explosion happened, and something compelled me to run. I honestly don't know what, but I grabbed the Grimoire, and then I kind of just found my way here. I figured they're hunters. There are hunters here. I could probably figure something out.
Florence tries to hide his look of pity, and he closes the book and hands it back to him. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest with you. The things in that book scare the shit out of me.
Oh. We'll
Uh,
keep this in mind.
well, listen, not kid. Hope we can find your folks, alright?
That would be nice. They have more things to tell me, and I'm still very curious.
Quite. Anyway, I was just suggesting, putting it in your mind that you should hang out in the graveyard and talk to us about it,
That sounds. If there's more things I can write and take notes about in there, absolutely.
Trust me, you should see why they put cages over the things. Anyway, I'm Bindi, and I don't know how
You-
to continue this conversation.
You spend the rest of the evening chatting and enjoying the time. Avate and Florence. Sometime after, when things are winding down, each of you, at a different point in time, obviously, have Harker, Acolyte Harker, run up to you and say, "Hey, can you can you come with me, please? There's a thing that Miss Cheryl wants you to hear."
Sorry, who did you approach?
All of you at certain points in the night.
Oh, at different times. Oh,
Icaros would follow immediately and said, "Lead on."
Florence and Icaros, I imagine that they move as a unit more or less in the cathedral.
Alia
Seems
looks
so.
uncharacteristically pissed, and she's like reading and hears this word. She goes, she like slams her book shut, sort of, and then gets up and is like, "Okay, cool, thanks." Welcome.
Oh my.
Or Harker's nervous. Avatea, Damien.
Abatea will follow whenever they are called.
Damien will follow, but will on the way question, what exactly are we meeting up for?
Something about work. I don't have any details. That I think Cheryl's gonna tell you.
Did it seem like serious work?
Well, I'm having to gather a lot of you, so I would guess so.
Okay. Well, lead the way then, Latin.
He leads the way. You all end up in whatever order, doesn't really matter, but you all end up gathered in what you all know is more of the managerial officey areas. There's a couple people who seem to be burning the midnight oil. Most of them buried in sheets of paper, parchment, etc. And Cheryl standing at the desk that overlooks all of it, who is clearly waiting for you all to arrive.
Arrives.
Bendy comes.
I'm arriving.
Oh, I beg your pardon?
When when you are all there, Cheryl. Well, I see you're finally all ready. We've got a mission for you. It's going to be a bit of a rough one, most likely. Unfortunately, I can't give you details quite yet. But good news, you are being given a
A raise?
we don't do raises. You're not paid hourly or anything.
Fair enough.
We're paid.
But
Not
you
you,
are being
Lawrence.
offered a provisionary budget.
That's
Oh, so like a raise.
Like a raise, except it's for supplies and stuff. We will be asking you to provide scripts on what you have spent it on, just to ensure that the funds were used appropriately and for the mission at hand.
probably not a
Florence.
good sign, Icarus
Um,
says outright.
Florence is immediately thinking of embezzlement schemes that he can use with his old friends and buddies and pals.
No crime, Florence, Icarus says.
Man, I'm a good boy now. I'm reformed. I'm different. He's
You'll be given more details tomorrow after High Priestess Lystra has finished dealing with something that came up. She's not free to give you the details right now. So, I can give you this though now, and yes?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I can give you this now so that you can prepare yourselves and start supplying if you want to. I know it's a bit late, but, you know, these things move quickly.
When do we need to leave by?
Those details will be given to you tomorrow when Lady Lystra gives you the details of the mission.
So we could wait till tomorrow to go shopping and I can go back to fucking bed.
Well, you can, but if you need to get anything that takes a little bit to procure, it's generally recommended that you prepare immediately.
Florence just says it out loud. What the hell are we preparing for?
Well, largely, pretty much anything that you might need for a fairly difficult hunt.
Oh, lovely. That'll probably be undead.
You know,
How
Ali is
long-
really glad that those two gave the spice, because based on her reaction and her tone, she's dealt with that before. She is ready. She's... Mm-mm.
How long were we
Damien-
expected to be afield? Icarus
No,
says.
go ahead.
What's up, Damien?
No, I said go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, from what little I was told, it's probably going to take you about a week to handle the situation.
And at the very least, we can source necessary supplies for that.
Can
She
you
shrugs her shoulders.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh no.
Bendy, your internet just ate all of that. Want to repeat?
Can you at least tell us if we'll be in the city or not?
you will not be in the city. This will be outside the walls.
And we're going far, or do I need to pack a different
You'll
outfit?
be You'll be going pretty far. Expect about a day or two of travel, I was told.
At least a week afield.
Let's go.
All right. What's our budget?
Well, your budget is, and she pulls out a sack of coins and offers them to whoever will take them. Also, to be clear, you are all going to be working together.
Oh, that's convenient.
5 hunters.
5 hunters.
Dangerous, Icarus says.
In there, you have 1 electrum apiece, although, of course, you are allowed to divide your budget as the group sees fit.
How much is an electro? How far does that get us?
So, Hold on, I'm pulling it up. So if you need in the future, there is a currency page on the lore stuff. But ultimately, an electrum is worth 100 silvers. 1 silver is worth 100 coppers. And 15 to 20 coppers will get you a decent meal.
How much is 1 bread, Ares?
1 bread is 5 copper.
What about cabbage? How much are the cabbages here?
How much is a cabbage?
1 cabbage here is going to be about 4 copper.
How much apple?
Apple is going to be
wow.
2 copper.
What gas? What's gas like? Because here it's
gas-
sucks.
Gasoline is going to be about 50,000 gold.
How much are cigarettes?
Tobacco
We
is
need-
not that expensive of a vice, but it's definitely not cheap.
You know, I think we all got it, right? We all can do our own shopping, yeah?
I would see no reason why not. Unless any of you are particularly
Well, I just know we have some dietary restrictions in the group. And
That's
I'd look
fair.
dead at fucking...
I was about to ask,
Alia-
like, what
Alia
tone of voice
just
is that?
nods with a smile. Yeah, she's like,
I didn't know if that was
Listen,
like Venom in that. Some dietary. That was good. Mindy.
the entire time the conversation comes, everyone can spend their money. Avate is kind of just like tapping their fingers together. Probably.
Alia holds out her hand like immediately. Did she give us the things, or is she still like holding it? She wants her.
Florence is currently holding the bag of 5 electrum coins.
Oh, she takes the bag.
Excuse you. There's a big, strong, manly grip here. You have to contend with. I'm Mindy.
Wait, who's
Roll
grabbing?
contest. Yeah,
I'm
Florence is
joking,
holding
I'm
it.
joking.
So-
I'm joking. Yeah.
If you want to
Florence
take
is,
it and
Mindy's
Florence
character.
doesn't want to let you take it, you have to roll contested strength or physique.
No, I'm
Of
sorry. I
course.
didn't. I mistook names. No, her name is Cheryl, not Florence.
Her name
she
is
holds her
Cheryl.
hand to Florence, holding out for the coin. Doesn't snatch it though.
I thought, who's this little girl? Oh,
Oh,
I
that
mean,
gets a
Florence?
squint. Oh, she squints. The smile is still there, but she
Squint.
squints.
He reaches. Obviously, he reaches in and gives her electrum.
You have acquired 1 electrum.
Thanks.
Please put it in your coin purse.
And he opens the. He reaches in and takes his own out, and then holds the bag open for the group.
Whoops, I just
Icarus
double-clicked it, apparently.
reaches in to take the electrum piece, glances at Avate and says, "Do you trust yourself with money based on that reaction?"
There is a momentary silence as Avate kind of just eyes kind of roll up a little bit. I won't starve.
Icarus takes a second electrum piece from the container.
You now have 2 electrum pieces. Avatea, you have none.
That's fine.
Damien will wait to be last so he can steal the actual coin purse that it comes with too.
Wow. Wow.
Not
It's not-
steal, like he's not trying to like sneak it, but he was like, yeah,
I'll say it's not an actual coin purse, it is just a little pouch,
yeah,
a bag.
I mean, the little pouch. He needs little scraps of fabric. It's what his clothes are made of.
Fair.
Florence doesn't seem to notice or care.
All right, you each have 1 electrum. Make sure they are in your coin purse, which you can do by editing the description.
As a question for you, DM, should our inventories be granular enough that we should buy like sundries, like rations or food or something like that, or?
Yes, we're not going to be like keeping super hard track, but you can say like, I want to buy a week of rations, you know?
Okay.
And then you can just write rations 1 week, and we won't go any further granular than that. But this is for you to prepare in any ways that you need. That means equipment as well can be included on the cost.
Icaros holds up the second electrum piece towards Avatea and says, "We'll go shopping with you later, if this is acceptable to you." But she does offer it to the bird in case she does not want to do that.
The bird is gonna take it because shiny, but also going, that's fine with me.
Okay.
So, if you don't need anything else, we can send Harker for you about midday tomorrow if you can make sure that you're at least somewhat available.
Should
I
be
would
fine.
like to apologize for my previous comment. I was very tired. It was not appropriate.
Don't worry, I only kind of hold it against you.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. The girl's a
She's giving you a
warrior.
smile.
Oh, do I remove my Vita and Anima stuff?
Oh yeah, reset your Vita Anima as well.
Okay. Oh, my body, my soul.
You have no longer had the piss beaten out of you.
And
By the
so,
beef.
unless you have anything you wish to ask of Cheryl, you are free to spend your evening and go to bed, assuming you are sleeping.
Florence has some business to attend to.
All right.
Icaros
Anyone
would
else
be
have any
heading towards
business?
Icaros will be heading towards the quartermaster to start the preparation.
All right. We'll start with Florence then. The rest of you consider if you are doing something before you go to sleep or not. What's up?
Can I do? Florence might want to get up to something mysterious. Can I roll
Okay.
for contacts?
Ooh.
What are you looking for a contact for?
Dangerous, illegal, magical artifacts that may be of use.
Yeah, make a roll. Let's see if you know someone who peddles some black market art.
Yeah, this is a grenade. Oh,
You know a guy. Reliability, a little iffy, but they do have magical items. Some of them are worse than others and may not do exactly what he says. But you do know a guy.
Yeah, Florence looks over at his party, or his soon-to-be party. Tries to understand. He knows that he knows this motherfucker, and he knows he'll be sold a piece of junk for a whole electrum if he allows it.
Language, Usha says.
He kind of snaps his fingers a little bit to himself. He looks over at Laya. He concerns her as a possibly someone who might have moral ideas that might not align with what he wants. And he looks at Avitea. You know magic, right?
I know magic, Aaliyah says.
You know
I know
magic.
how.
He looks back at Aaliyah and he says, "You know magic for real?" And he's
She smiles,
clearly
yeah.
And he kind of thinks, rubs his chin. He's formulating a plan. Can I borrow you later?
what do you have in mind, Florence? Icaros says.
You know what? Never mind. Unless he seems conflicted. Last time,
You tend to be fairly keen, Florence. If you're confident in something, you usually don't bring it up. What's on your mind?
the Wendigo surprised me. I was lucky to even be able to fight it off anyway. I saw those pictures, and he gestures Avitea. I don't think I can punch my way out of that. I need leverage.
Something to even the odds?
Something to blow somebody to pieces. He says just straight up.
So, Icaros says, you're looking to speak with someone that might be able to give you that sort of edge, and you're wanting to. She glances between Avate and Aliyah. to magic users, do you have a contact that deals with some sort of magic or items that you're wanting to verify?
A completely fucking legal one. Or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. A completely legal one.
I believe you, she says, completely not believing him.
Alia squints
However,
briefly, but then looks relaxed again. Not at his words about whether it's illegal, but that he swore.
This entire time, every time someone brings up Avatea being magic, they try to like raise a finger, get a word in edgewise. Nothing happens, and they just kind of keep looking around.
if
Oh.
they do that, Icaros will note that and says, "Yes, Avatea."
I know of magic. I can tell you if something's magic, but I've only really got 2 magic tricks I can do.
Good enough.
Listen, I just don't need to be scammed. I need something powerful, something that I can use. And he points to his chest. No bullshit, and I need to make sure I'm not scammed. If you're willing to help me, and he kind of looks Avata or Elia. There you go. I just he scratches his temple. I don't know. He'll get pissed. He seems
Who?
really torn. The guy,
About?
you know, he kind of gestures around and lowers his voice. The church.
What?
Icaros,
Says Alia.
Icaros reaches and taps the side of her helmet as she's thinking. Florence is wanting to request your assistance so that he can try and find something to even the odds that the church might not be able to provide. However, while he knows both of you have at least some sort of magical expertise, whether that's directly, he glances at Elia, or with the necessary learning, she glances at Avatea. He is worried, Aaliyah, that it might not be something that you would participate in or something that would make you angry.
He says that's to Alia in particular, or
Yeah, she said all that out loud.
Alia? Oh, yeah. Alia sort of tilts her head and looks up, thinking about it, and then kind of shakes her head, just like, "Oh, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
Very well.
We don't know what we're dealing with tomorrow, after all. Every advantage is going to be to our advantage. You're not going to kill somebody for it, are you?" She says. Like, that part has, she's like squints.
No, we're going to pay for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But, and he kind of, not like gets super serious with her, but like he kind of like tries to get her attention directly. Don't tell them who you are. Don't tell them why we're there. More or less, just hide your symbols, and just don't let them know who we are. Okay?
He wants you to be incognito because he's afraid that some of the criminal elements that might be involved with this are dangerous to you as well.
Icaros. And it's
Alia
not
smiles and says, like, I'll let you do the talking.
Avatea is gonna respond by kind of like flourishing their cloak a little bit. A couple of their loose golden feathers fall out. Incognito. Got it.
and just looks tiredly down at the burb. Yeah, incognito. Anyway, if you're interested, I'm pretty much gonna do that right away.
What,
I know where a
tonight?
guy is. Of course. People don't operate during the day.
Can I finish a book first?
You
That
can do whatever
silence
you want.
answers, and then she like sighs. It's okay.
Excellent. Icaros, he looks at her. Usually don't like excluding you, but I can't bring a whole cabal of people. Especially not someone so, and he looks her over, honorable as yourself.
He cracks a small grin and says, Bring me back something nice. Don't get killed.
Right, right.
And Damien, I forget,
Oh.
are you here to listen to this or no?
No, Damien, once he got his coin and everyone was like, all right, we're spending our own things, and then he would have left.
Just immediate booked it.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much it for me. Or
You know,
Florence.
she says that, and then Alia kind of like looks almost like, "Is there a chance we'll die? Why is she telling you not to die? What
She's just very worried about me.
about what?" She follows.
Eh.
She's not hesitating, but she's that little statement has gotten her a little bit worried.
Take it
And
more as a
Florence-
general thing.
Florence is like confronted with this conversation he didn't actually expect to have. And he's like, look, I'll just cut it to you straight. We're just dealing with some people that get your mouth shut.
We lost
Well-
you, Bendy. You're dealing with
Here.
some people, and then we lost you.
Florence looked at us.
Oh no!
Well,
Here, one
Oh,
sec. Hold on,
Give it
Bendy.
a-
Your internet's dying.
let it stabilize, sir.
I'm sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
You're
Hey,
good.
you're fine.
Give me a
Well,
sec.
You're controlling it. I hope you don't own an ISP, do you?
One sec, doing a thing.
God, that would be
Um,
a wild thing. SP.
Network switching.
There we go. We're on a different
Did
region
know a dude
now.
who owned his own ISP. Okay, ready. Sorry.
So, he says to Elia, these people just get very upset if you can't keep your mouth shut.
Right, criminals, scalawags, ne'er-do-wells. Yeah, I'm okay with that part. I just worried why she thinks you might die is all. But I'm ready to go. I won't worry about it. She says, clearly worrying about it.
Icarus
Alrighty then.
pauses and says, "Don't take too much meaning about that statement. I tend to say that as a catch-all. It's fine. I don't expect him
Alright.
to die in his own element.
That's probably the most likely place I will die, but thank you.
Well, now you probably made her nervous
Shit,
again.
it's like she's not like dense. She understands what they're saying, but she is like, this isn't helping. But it's like, okay.
All right, so
Alrighty.
for the sake of simplicity first, we will do Icarus. You wanted to go see Ingrid, the quartermaster for the Cathedral of Light.
Yeah.
So, you go down to the armory, which is down in the basement, essentially, and find Ingrid there tinkering with something small that is held in place by these copper clamps, and there's these lenses that she's looking through. For those who have not seen her, and for the audience, Ingrid is
Oh, she's so fucking cool.
Ingrid is a dwarf. She's short and stocky, as most dwarves are. Her hair is the color of copper, to the point of even matching the sheen, and she has a beard that is messily braided, often wearing goggles, linen clothes covered in burns, stains, and a heavy cloth apron.
Bearded dwarf girls, let's go.
Yes. She is currently working on something surprisingly nimble-fingered. Once.
Icarus waits patiently while she does that and waits for the attention.
Didn't she commit assault against Florence?
Are you just gonna stand there blocking me draft, or are you gonna come in?
She enters whenever Ingrid addresses her, and then steps aside to the door to let the draft in.
What you need? He says,
few
still
things.
tinkering with the thing.
I'll need to have the necessary rations for 5 people prepared for a week and a half by tomorrow, if possible.
Better off talking to the cooks for that one.
Aye, but we'll need travel rations and whatnot as well. And maybe a few other things. She takes
Such
a moment.
as?
Do you have any magical items in your quartermaster?
She finally like stops tinkering and looks up past the lens. You think we keep magic items here?
I think that you do. I'm asking if you can divulge any of them.
Well, I can divulge all the normal ones, but the ones that aren't normal, well, no, I can't.
As expected.
If you want a fancy lantern, I can manage that, though.
A lantern. Something to keep the night lit while we're out in the field. We don't know exactly what we're going for, so more generalist things would be necessary here.
Okay, so you want a lantern. Anything else? Or do I just need to give you a bag of things for you to figure out?
Camping supplies. Necessary maintenance for 5 folks. Other than that, nothing else. I may have to come to you tomorrow for more specifics. We haven't been briefed on what exactly we're getting into.
Well, glad to see you're passing the lack of information on to me as well.
Of course.
Sighs.
Icarus just waits.
She fiddles for a few minutes longer and then drops her tools, stands up, brushes herself off, and starts scurrying around. You are given a set of very, very basic bedrolls. A length of line. And you are given a sack and told to go up to the cooks to make you some rations if that's what you're wanting.
Nuts.
And there you go. There's your basic supplies.
Basic supplies it is. That's what she was here for.
You want me to
inclines
pay
to-
for them because they're basic supplies and this is the...
She inclines her head to Ingrid. Thank you for your assistance. Good luck with your project as well.
She sort of just grumbles and waves you off. All right.
She'll store the rest of this stuff in preparation for the tomorrow, and that should be it for me.
Alrighty. I am once again going to have to step away for just a couple minutes. You are welcome to chit-chat, and then we will continue with a visit to Florence's contact. But BRB.
This is definitely gonna have to be the last thing I do. I'm super feverish.
Oh no.
You okay, Bendy? Remember, if you need to go to the doctor, you have to, pet.
I know. What I have to do is go to work. Ella.
Soft pep. So, V, we have a few beans here. The one directly over my right shoulder is actually Shark, who is playing Aaliyah. We have Shake the Cake, Shake the Bake Cake, Bake Cake, Shake Cake, who is playing Damien. We have Bemby, who is playing Florence. We have Ko, who is a fox and a criminal, playing Avatea, who is a bird and maybe a good bean. And then we have Ares, who is playing God, as in everybody else.
You don't know. Ushas could be a god. Firekeeper Ushas.
I don't know. That seems debatable.
Mm,
I'm imagining Avatea doing that thing tall birds do, where they kick snakes.
Wait, what?
So, have you ever seen a long-legged bird fight a snake, Ko?
Yeah. Just straight up
Mm.
kicking that bitch.
Just stomping them the fuck out. Everything
Stomp,
hates
stomp, stomp.
snakes. Did you know goats hate snakes?
Everything hates snakes. They're dangerous. Right.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
That's a good idea,
I'm
Kenya.
back. So, Florence,
Uh-huh.
you are leading your compatriots down streets, alleyways, to eventually a like outdoor basement entrance.
Florence kind of looks back at his patriots and says, "If you don't know what to say, just don't say anything." And then he turns to the door and he raps on it in a very specific pattern.
The door cracks open. Do you have an idea of your contact, or do you want me to make them for you?
I was just thinking of just basically a slop sleeves bag kind of guy.
All right. Someone peeks out from the darkness. Florence, is that you?
It might be. How are you?
Doing absolute shite after your last job went awry.
He just kind of shrugs. It happens. You took the risk. Speaking of, I was hoping to fill your pockets tonight. Is that okay?
Oh, my boy. He opens the door up, and you see this portly man, fairly tall, but fairly wide, rotund even, with a mustache that is, you know, the front is a good bushy mustache, but then it has this painfully thin wisps of facial hair that lead into a balding haircut. And the dude
So
is clearly
Florence-
wearing clothes way too small for him.
Oh boy. Florence kind of accepts the invitation and walks in, and he looks over his shoulder to kind of encourage his friends to follow him along. And he just starts commenting out loud, "Well, you know, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I've decided that everyone else seems to have goons, and I decided to have some of my own. So I brought them along. Listen, I'm going to be straight with you to the point. I don't have a lot of time, okay? There's this guy who he has a hard time listening, and he also has a hard time dying as well. And
You know I
seems like
don't need the whys and the whats and the hows. Tell me what you want so you can get busy filling my pockets and pretending to not be a goon yourself.
Jesus, or I'm sorry, oh, polite. He says, um, I need something that can put down. Let's just say a wizard who has made himself quite difficult to harm.
I don't
physically.
need the whats and the whys.
Give me something that will kill a man in a very dramatic and exaggerated fashion where he sighs and pinches his nose. You never change. Listen, I need to intimidate and possibly destroy a magical person.
Why didn't you say so? Come along, come along.
He follows in. What is this place like? Is there like I was thinking like when I say scumbag, like he has cages with like magical creatures in them that are like way too small and you know, just like really nasty stuff like that, or what?
When you get past the original room, which, you know, the first room looks a lot like a basic basement for storing stuff. And then little sneaky passageway later, and you are in a much larger warehouse filled with things and stuff, and yes, cages with monsters that snarl and hiss at you, and items and boxes. What were you gonna say, Leah?
Well, actually, first question: is it just Florence and Aaliyah here right now?
I thought Abatea was there too, wasn't
Avatea came
Is
too, didn't
Avatea
he?
here?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
again, Avatea's like cloak is still adorned in their feathers. They are not subtle.
Well, incognito doesn't mean subtle necessarily. It just means that someone doesn't recognize you. Now, if this person sees you again, he's gonna recognize you. That's
Feathers
for sure.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
imagine on the
But,
way there.
um,
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna mention, Aaliyah has no problem with criminal elements. She does not have that sort of moral set, but she is not herself a criminal. To my knowledge, I mean, Florence is talking about wanting to kill a problematic wizard. she has no idea who that is, right? Or was that part of the briefing that Cheryl had told us that we're after a wizard?
That
And
was
I
not
forgot.
part of the briefing.
Florence did not really clue her in ahead of time. I guess
Right, yeah.
metagaming. He's lying.
No, totally fine. Yeah, that's and Aaliyah, whether she knows he's lying or not, she certainly doesn't remember, and she doesn't say it. It's not like she outs him, but she is not. I don't mind pulling one of my own player aspects. I thought that'd be fun. And there's one. Her trouble is, quote, "You're no longer one of them," which means a lot of things. But in this case, it does mean that she is not capable of guile. She hears him saying, "We're gonna go kill the wizard," and she has a look of abject confusion on her face, of just what? But she doesn't say it out loud. She thinks she's
Mhm.
helping, but like anyone looking at her is like she clearly has no clue what he's talking about.
He did. Florence did call you guys goons, to be fair. So that
He
might
did,
be normal.
yeah. I was gonna interject then too, but decided not to. But yeah, same thing as when he's like, "So I got goons of myself," but it didn't matter because it sounds like the guy called him out on that. He's like, "Yeah, like you're not a goon too." You know what I mean? But it's in this case when he's describing this thing, she's just like, her face is puzzled, just puzzled. Like, what on earth are you talking about?
Oh, now that you brought that up, just for like flourish Ares,
Mhm.
Florence has a reputation that whenever he's about to get busy with some business he needs to take care of, he gets weird and cagey about it.
That's a very
Okay.
criminal thing to do.
So,
Oh,
Florence,
yeah.
are you here for just yourself or your friends buying too? Interested in being new customers?
He looks them over and
Sure, I'd like to take a look, she says.
just remember, you
No,
don't
you know what she
remember
says? She
anything.
says, "Sure, I'd like to see your wares," as if he's a normal shopkeeper, as if she's like just hopping into the five and dime. She's like, "Yeah, I'd see your wares."
Welcome to the Family Dollar.
Florence, you have known this man for a while and you understand the meaning of the crooked grin when she says, "Show me your wares."
We have a budget, he reminds everyone.
Don't tell him what the budget is. Don't do it.
Oh,
It's
you're
a
working
trick.
with a budget, Are you paying with
Aaliyah
coin
will-
or favors today, Florence?
Barring Florence jumping in front of her, Aaliyah is clearly going to say, "Yeah," and then going to tell him 5 electrum.
Florence
Oh,
looks
no.
at her.
Florence,
Yeah,
no!
And Florence like looks back at the guy and he's like, "But they're not yours."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he doesn't stop her, Aaliyah's like, he says like, "We're working with the budget," and Aaliyah goes, I know, 5 electrum. Well, 1 electrum each. We were paid early."
Florence is sweating a little.
That's quite the budget you've got there, Florence. What work you doing now? Last I heard, you got caught.
Oh, I didn't realize you cared about the whats and the whys.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
A
Story time?
salesman does their best work when they know their customers.
Well, I did get caught, actually. And, let's just say he thinks for a moment. They didn't quite catch what they thought they caught, and I need to tie up some loose ends. Understand? And he continues on. I'm looking for, and he like, listen to me now. I'm looking for something that someone who understands this kind of magic stuff would perfectly understand that what I have is a cruel device. And I need something that can actually carry it through. Do you understand? I don't know. A knife, a wand, something that can turn someone into a puddle.
He needs he needs the wizard equivalent of like some finger screws or like a sharp knife.
It's important that this person understands exactly what I have.
Well, you're definitely not the one to be using a wand or anything that refined. You want a blackjack? Well, that's up your alley.
Will this blackjack kill something that's no longer alive?
Oh, it's something that's no longer alive now, is it?
Aaliyah will again, and I say this giving the warning to Florence because I think it's very clear that she is dumb as shit in this situation. But is, giving him a very brief chance to stop her from talking if he manages to, she will finally say, Florence, what on earth are you talking about?
Florence kind of turns to her and he's like, I'm talking about murder, darling. And then he looks back at the man.
We don't
says,
say the
"Murdering
M
who?
word in
We're
here.
hunters." Oh, man.
And then
She says,
he
murdering
turns.
who? We're hunters.
He sticks a finger out to her on that one.
Okay, she doesn't say it, but she's like, murder who? We're, and then stops.
This has nothing to do with you, friend. Trust me, and it will never have anything to do with you. I promise you that. But I need this item.
Uh-huh. Well, you know it'll come back to you if you do. Gun turncoat. He
I want
kind
you
of
to know.
waggles a sausage-like finger at you to come this way, come this way.
He follows behind.
And your friends, any gifts for them in that budget of yours?
It's their money. They can do what they want with it. But he looks back at the two of them. Just be careful of this man's prices. He's a little bit of a snake.
I'll have you know my prices are the fairest that you can find in this city.
You can't have
Fair, it's by virtue of you being the only one.
They seem
Well,
trustworthy.
potato, tomato.
the bird says he seems trustworthy. At the greasiest man in the city.
At Starling puts in chair.
Eh. I can't help
So-
myself.
What do you have?
So
Shouldn't. Don't help yourself. We're gold.
he starts digging through a box of miscellany. He pulls out a very simple leather blackjack, which anyone who doesn't know, is essentially a leather pouch on the end of a strap filled with something heavy.
Rocks. Or coins. For your mom.
Got this right here. Filled with Lumia.
Lumia. And he looks back at his compatriots, like clearly hoping that they would clue him in on that.
Sure, I'll do a roll on, is Lumia something magical? Aaliyah has, presumably that is something that I can roll my magic skill on. Is this magical?
Lumia is a well-known material, but you may, of course, roll your skill on it.
Dices.
So,
In particular, I
gen-
suppose, is Lumia going to make this blackjack a uniquely magical weapon, for example? Or anti-magical, I suppose, is what Florence is after?
Florence just wants to kill something supernatural, but he just doesn't want to say it out loud.
He realizes
Happen
that his
to have
fists,
this. Go ahead.
he realizes that his fists can only fist things that are on the same fist dimension. So he's looking something to transcend his fist to another dimension.
I'll fist you in the next life.
so
This will pierce-
Aaliyah, you have the knowledge that Lumia is a metal that glows in the presence of magic. And otherwise has no natural magical properties. You detect no magic on this item.
Ah.
You know, Lumia contains the power of the light itself. Great for dealing with the creatures and the beasties of the dark.
She is worried about saying something again because she keeps getting chastised. But again, guileless. You mentioned that Florence is looking back at her. She has a confused expression. She's looking at the blackjack like, huh?
He asks her pointedly, "Does this frighten you?"
Well, no. Lumia's relatively inert. She says it's just, well, I don't. And to the DM, you described that she doesn't sense it. She feels she ought to. If there was Lumia in there, she would know. Is that correct?
Well,
I
no,
think it was
there's
just something that's mundane.
even if there's
You mentioned
Lumia in
that I
there,
sense nothing
it's,
magical of it. Should
You sense-
she sense something?
Lumia is not inherently magical. It glows in the presence of magic.
Got you. Well, in that case, I misunderstood. I thought you were suggesting that she wasn't sensing something she should. Well, in that case, she tells him, well, Lumia is. It glows in front of magic. I mean, she shrugs. It's a blackjack.
That was fucking worthless. He turns around and addresses the man directly. Listen, you know who I am, and I really, really do not want to play games with you right now. Give me the real shit. And he just doesn't finish the sentence.
This man looks so sourly at you, Aaliyah. He looks so grumpy.
Shit. She's. I knew I shouldn't have said. She doesn't say
No.
that, but that's
Be
her
good.
expression is like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
See, this is why I have to bring people, because you're a lying fat piece of shit. He says, pretty pissed off, actually. Which I imagine is actually kind of normal. He tries to scam everyone, and Florence get all pissy about it.
It's part of the song
No.
and dance.
Now, you don't need to be using such strong words, Florence, if you're wanting to see the rest of my stock.
I'm not here to browse. I told you what I wanted, and that's what I want. And next time, I'll use something else strong, okay?
Now, you know that's not a smart idea here. You're in
I'm a
my
fucking-
home, and you'll treat me proper.
I'm a moron.
That you are.
So, can we please be friends? And you can show me the real stuff and not fuck with me again?
Friends is a strong word, but I've got some other things that may catch your eye.
Lead on.
If you're willing to pay a courtesy fee.
Damn it.
Is out of curiosity, is this what is our surroundings inside this man's house? Is there a collection of things already here? Is this like a front
You
shop
are-
where it looks like normal? Or
You
is
are
this a
surrounded
man's
by
house?
you are surrounded by shelves. It is like an underground warehouse. It is just
At-
shelves and crates and barrels.
At the mention of a courtesy fee, Avatea is gonna like hold up one of their golden and red feathers and be like, friendship, and just kind of offer it to them.
Lawrence just watches pitifully.
He raises his eyebrows and he looks closely at the feather. What's it do?
It's really pretty, and if you make a arrow out of them, and Avatea will kind of hold up one of their own arrows that they've fletched with their own feathers, it looks really pretty when you fire it.
He's like leaning forward, looking at this feather really close, and he just slowly swivels towards Florence.
Florence accepts his fate.
Maybe you did
Listen.
manage to find some goons, Florence.
Hey, look, if you get to my age, you either grow or you die, right? Is this enough?
Well,
don't
their
see any-
eyes.
Hmm?
Sorry. Well, their eyes are off Avatea. Avatea is gonna use. I have to remember the name of it. Cryptid
Oh dear.
movement.
Oh boy.
Fuck is that?
All right. Let me. All right. Do what you need to do. Remove the thing and do the thing.
All right. All right.
Wait, what?
They can do the thing.
So-
I
Alright.
was about to ask what you're doing, but I guess I'm about to find out. What?
So my. I gotta. Where is it? All right.
All right.
So the idea is, well, everyone's eyes are off Avatea. I want Avatea to just manifest right next to them just out of view. So when they turn, they will see Avatea at touching distance.
All right. So you try to do this, and you move a little bit, but he looks back at you, and like, as far as he's aware, you took like half a step forward. He's like,
Okay.
Well, you
I
got
see.
some special friends, Florence, truly. I can waive the fee
special
for the
needs.
laugh that you gave me.
Huh. How polite of you.
He starts waddling his way down, like, once again beckoning you to follow.
He follows behind. Cursing himself, dreaming of the day he can lay hands on this piece of shit.
He starts going through these things, placing items out of a box, and eventually pulls out what looks very clearly like just a basic cudgel made of wood with metal studs.
Oh, by itself, it sure looks like a mean implement. And he says, "Can I touch it? Will it kill me?"
Well, if you touch it before you buy it, I might.
So, like I said, if I touch it, will it kill me? Look, I'm not gonna steal it. I do need it to be inspected. You understand?
Yeah, sure. And he throws it at you.
He catches it. First of all, he tests the weight of it. You know, I imagine that for a cudgel is actually pretty good.
It's a bit heavier than you would have expected.
He was like, "Oh, you might have actually shown me something worth a damn." And he looks over to the two. What about this? Does this frighten you? Besides what I might do with it in my hands?
Alia,
Do
before she
either-
answers, does look to I forget his name already, but this big guy kind of like sweating, like looks at him like briefly.
He hasn't given a name.
Oh, okay, and then looks back, and like very slowly holds out her arms to take the weapon. No sudden move. She doesn't want him to kill her, but she has to inspect it. Or
Is
inspect it,
Avatea
anyway.
inspecting it either?
I appreciate our deeply autistic
Um,
mage.
Avatea is going to inspect it.
You two roll whatever you are using to inspect this item.
Alright. Describe it once more. This is it has studs on it. It's
It's a
club, you
cudgel,
said?
so basically
yeah,
a
yeah,
wooden
club.
stick with a wrapped handle and metal studs at the other end. Avatea, okay.
Is it like is it like a pole club or is it like a mace?
It's like a mace. It's not super
Okay.
long.
I get you.
So,
Oh.
we'll start with Aaliyah. You can sense some magic on this, but it is not of a type you're familiar with. It's definitely magical of some variety.
Okay. She will look to Avatea.
Avatea. You can tell what this is. This has all of the markings of an artifact, for sure. One that is activated under certain circumstances. You can't tell exactly what it'll do, but under the circumstances of coming into contact with something of a spiritual nature, it is set to activate.
I don't know what this is, but I like it so far.
Florence looks down to the bird and he kind of like does his face in a way where he's like asking him to kind of expand on that a little bit.
I don't know. It touches the spirits, and it'll do something.
And he looks back at his contact. I know your word means almost nothing, but will this actually harm? He said spirit. Is this actually going to be useful to me?
You said that you were trying to deal with something that was already dead. This'll definitely do something to it. Something violent like you wanted.
Well, you do know me very well. And he offers the weapon back to the man. And he says, how much?
Oh, I think you paid in currency or favors today, Florence.
Yeah, we can mix and match.
Mix and match, you say? Currency alone, I'd say it's easily worth 2.5 electrum would be about even.
He looks at him. I can give you 1 electrum now. And I
Now
can
you don't
promise
know I don't do that.
What do you mean?
I don't take out an IOU.
What's the favor? Florence is a little confused. I can give you an electrum now. And I can pay the rest through favor. Whatever you want, I don't care who it is. I'll do what you need me to do.
He gives a big smile with crooked and rotting teeth. Now, Florence, we are becoming good friends indeed.
As always.
1 electrum and a favor to be paid at a later time. It's going to be a big favor, Florence.
Isn't it always? He kind of thinks it over. He reaches and he finds his electrum and he offers it to him. 1 electrum, and he thinks to himself. You're pretty good at finding me, it seems. You got yourself a favor, I swear it.
Good man. Anything for your friends, or was that all you were wanting? He throws the cudgel back to you.
He catches it. He looks back at him. They're their own people. It's up to them.
Well, new
Gosh.
customers or just browsing?
Alia almost jumps when he speaks to her directly. Let me think here a moment. Now, when it comes to artifacts, as the world is world building as the characters, it's already been described that there are some artifacts that are common, household name, the version of a lighter, right? Like a fire starter or something like that, presumably, right?
Yes.
So, in the realm of artifacts that this man would deal with, it sounds like... I'm trying to think of what goods would count as illegal. What could she find here that isn't anywhere else? Certainly weapons, it sounds like he offers weapons. But if she were looking for something, it would be something of utility. And maybe, you know what, I suppose she might as well ask in character. And she says, well, we're going to be traveling for a week. I definitely could use an artifact that will give me a hand for travel.
What kind of hand are you looking for? Somewhere to keep you safe, something to make you faster, something to give you a bit of energy.
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need.
She does have an idea. She kind of looks at Florence and walks past him a little bit towards his... Is he standing behind a desk or is he just standing in front of us, with us?
You are just standing in a hallway of shelves.
Kind of steps a little closer and is something that can detect somebody else's life. Not an individual, just in the area.
That's an interesting request. Not something I get too often.
Usually you want to take their life.
You said you wouldn't kill anybody for that, and don't think I've forgotten it, she says. Knowing that he just offered a favor for that weapon.
He's kind of says, you might not want to worry about that, okay?
Huh. She has you're a liar tone. Distrusts him immediately, but looks to this guy.
The man leads you along once again, eventually brings you to well, brings you somewhere, pulls out an item. It looks to be a little locket. This'll tell you how someone's doing near you if you focus on them hard enough. And if they're particularly close but you can't see them, it might even tell you where they are.
She says, somebody in specific, or will I be able to feel somebody walking by me, for example?
It's fairly specific.
Hmm.
You'll need to know roughly who you're looking for.
She says, what if it's a general question, like, say, if I'm looking for clergy or guards?
It's too general for this to work.
Hmm.
What if you just know their name?
That'd be enough.
He kind of raises his eyebrows a little.
Nothing that could detect life in general, though. Hmm.
Not for the price that I think you can afford. You're not repeat customers, so we won't be accepting favors from you.
She's
As far as I can tell, you ain't no members of the Graven Darkland either.
She's just staring at the locket and kind of like rubbing her chin a little bit. It's not quite what she was looking for, but she thinks more on it and then has an individual in mind, someone who she would like to know where they are at times, and she nods and holds out her electrum.
Florence watches this naivete of offering money before hearing the price.
Does he say something?
He takes the electrum, smiles happily, and just hands you the locket.
She has no idea what Florence is upset because does Florence stop her or say anything, or is he just watching?
I imagine that among these people, there's kind of a culture of mind your own business.
100%. Unless
So he doesn't say
you'd be
anything.
stepping on toes, and it might incur a cost if you say something for it.
Well, it's a common rule of thumb: never get it between a man and his dinner. But she doesn't know shit about that. She just, well, first off, it seems that he has shown that he's a little bit trustworthy. He offered him a weapon that clearly did as was advertised, and so she's just like.
What do you
frankly,
do?
If someone were to have asked her, she would have said that it was worth the electrum to her. Go on.
What do you do with the locket once you were given it?
I think she takes the locket. You mentioned it's a locket. Does it open? She'll open it first.
You open it and you see a faded piece of paper inside, but you can't make out what's on it.
Like a folded piece of paper, or is it like on like
Faded.
like a sticker on the inside?
It's just a regular piece of paper.
Oh,
Like as if you'd put a picture in it, but it's so faded you can't make out what was on it.
right. I mean, is it loose inside of it, or is it like fastened inside of it? But
It's fastened
like, if
inside
it's
of
like
it.
a photo, then yeah, it's fastened inside. Then she closes the locket again and she puts it on, and because she can't help herself, of course, she puts it on and has I almost had Bendy in mind, Florence in mind.
Once you put it on, could you please make me a will check?
Yes. A will check. There it is.
Nice.
Nice.
God damn.
We love some will in here.
For just a moment, you feel like you have a headache coming on, but it goes away. And you focus on Florence, and you can tell that Florence is there next to you, and that Florence is in more or less decent health shape.
Now for this headache effect, does she have any idea that it's clearly caused by the thing? Was it caused merely by wearing it or by focusing on Florence?
You're unsure? You did both.
Well, it seems to have done exactly as was described. And she has kind of a hand over the locket, and then where she wears it next to another necklace she has on. But she gives the man a smile and even a little bit of a bow and says, "Thank you very much, sir."
Give me just a second, I'm typing some stuff up.
Oh, what? What's that go?
Oh, what?
addresses Fox.
So this entire time, Avatea doesn't really have anything in mind to buy, but their eyes have just been everywhere.
So there's magical beasties here in cages as well.
Oh yeah, no, he's. I have a question about that later after everyone else is done with things.
Anything
know
for
what?
you, bird person?
Are
Now that
there
you-
What are you?
Racist.
as they say that to Avatea, Avatea is gonna turn their head, look at them, in a very human voice, very normal, just say squawk, and then turn into a bird.
He
He's a fucking
jumps
bird.
back a bit. And then, uh-huh.
Florence
Florence.
addresses him and... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Lawrence, I don't think I'm ready to deal with this kind of customer.
Yeah, he needs to stop acting like wares first.
As
Says-
you say that, Avatea is like, their beak is clearly moving towards kind of just a loose object, and they stop.
Now, if you're willing to sell them, I could perhaps cut back on that favor you owe me.
Florence starts scratching his chin a little.
Oh.
No, I don't think I can this time, maybe. I'll think about it.
Make sure that it doesn't touch the wares. You'll
Yes,
start
yes.
owing me quick.
No, he'll owe you quick.
Your friend, you introduced him.
Oh, really? What's his name?
Wouldn't know. Know him by looks, though.
Ah, fine. Fucking bastard. Avatea, cut it out. Otherwise, he's gonna put you in a cage and we're gonna sell you to pay off my debt.
There is a moment where there is the hideous
What?
kind of bird laughter of like a minor bird, just the before turning back to normal.
Florence wonders if Avatea is aware that he kind of meant it too.
Good question.
There is a look on Avatea's face of he doesn't mean that, but also a smugness of even if he tried.
Listen. Before I start getting into debt, I think I might need to get out of here. You know where to find me, and just keep it on the down low, okay? Or not the down low. Just don't make a show of it, okay? You can
Never
find me
do.
and I'll help. Exactly. And he looks back to the other two, and that goes for you too. All right. We don't
bows
know what
again
we
to
did.
the shopkeeper and says, "Thank you again, sir." Wait, what's your name?
Now, we don't go talking about those here.
In fact,
Oh.
you don't even know where we are, right?
Okay, what do I call you?
You don't call him anything, he interjects, trying to kind of get in the whip between them. You don't know who he is, you don't know where we are, and you forgot that we even came here, right? Neat locket you found, by the way.
We call him Prattling Pate.
Takes her a moment, Prattling Pig. Takes her a moment, but then she like gets it. She's like, yeah, of course.
Alrighty. So, Florence looks back to his friend, and he says, "Well, I hope your pockets are nice and filled." Wait. And so, he kind of just gives them a gesture of, goodbye. And he tries to get them out of there, and it seems like he's really trying to get them out of there.
The man, of course, starts showing you out. Unless any of you try to do anything silly or stupid.
I would like
Nope.
to try something silly or stupid. As a matter of
Icarus
fact.
busts in with the police.
Uh-oh.
No.
What is your silly or stupid thing, Lillian?
I'm fascinated by these aspects we have, and I want to play with another one. Namely, that Aaliyah has an aspect called "Even the Beasts Fear You," and I admit I should have thought of it when we first entered, because you did mention that there were animals in cages. But as we're leaving, Alia walks by these cages again, and she stops, and she looks at them this time.
These things only seem more agitated as you look at them. They start hissing and growling and clawing at their cage more. These are no beasts. These are monsters.
Well, that they're getting agitated and all of that seems pretty normal. She doesn't seem surprised or afraid of them as she does that. But does that mean that I couldn't roll animal handling at them? They're not
No.
animals in that sense?
You cannot roll animal handling at them.
Got you. She only stops for a moment then, looking at them, and when they get agitated and growl at her, she just stares at them right back, and then leaves after that.
Right. I will have the items prepared for you after session and added to your character sheets. Damien mentioned they wanted to do something really quick, and then after that we'll wrap up for the night.
Hooray!
Damien, are you here and prepared? You are muted.
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
What do you want to do?
I would, if possible, like to go ahead and head to, if there is a library in the church.
There is. Oh,
Okay.
also, before I forget, Aaliyah and Florence, make sure you remove your electrum from your coin purse.
No money for you.
Oh,
So, but yeah, Damien, you've been in the library. You know what it's about?
Are there any books about demons?
You can roll an investigate check to see if you can find one, because it is a
Okay.
large library. Or you can ask Bobbit.
I would love to investigate first.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Will Shmoo.
Oof.
Wow. Okay.
wanna reroll?
unfortunate.
Eyes slowly moving further apart.
No!
It's near the end of the session, so, spend your
Yeah.
fate points freely.
I would like to.
Do a reroll.
That's just one.
Yeah, just one fate point. If you can actually click on the buttons
Oh. Too late.
in the thing. That's whatever. I don't think it removes it, but what's up?
Can we invoke other people's aspects?
Yes, you can.
We could possibly invoke his hardened detective aspect too. Yes? Question mark.
You could for a +2.
Yeah.
If you wanted
I'll
to give him a
invoke-
7, a 5 already succeeds, just so you know.
Yeah, but he could get something cool out of it because he succeeds with style. I'll invoke his high concept, investigator possessed by vengeance.
Alright?
So that's
So-
7 total.
That's 7. And what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for a book that contains the names of demons.
You find what is essentially... You know what the Lesser Key of Solomon is?
No.
Oh no.
Oh,
You find what is essentially a book in a dark corner that is covered in thick dust. And when you pick it up, you can feel the weight in your hands of this is something old. You open it and you flip through a few pages and you see the names of demons, yes, and how to summon them, how to bind them.
Do I find mention of a specific demon? I think you know the one I'm thinking about.
I do know.
Me over here, like, you found the Necronomicon and you're looking for more specifics? What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
You spend a while looking through this book, but you don't find what exactly you're looking for.
I will. Do I know if checking out a book would be free? Or do they have
Yes,
to stay
so
here?
You have to bring it back within a certain time period, or you have to suffer the wrath of Bobbit.
Could I
You have not.
keep,
You
could I
can
keep
check it
this
out.
one?
You will have to come back to recheck it out after 3 days. But yes.
I'll check it out and act like that's what I intend to do.
Okay.
Ooh.
You have acquired a book on demons and how to summon and bind them.
So you found the lesser key of Solomon. That don't good luck, homie. Are we talking about like the whole thing, Ares?
He said that it is
You
a
don't know.
book that describes demons and how to bind them. That sounds like the whole thing.
So
I think that's the kit and caboodle.
so just to throw this out here, there are 5 texts in the Lesser Keys of Solomon.
Mhm.
I can't talk about
You
it
can't give
'cause
too much information.
I can't give too much information. But there's a
Reed's
lot of
book-
stuff that could come from this.
Damien
excited.
is going to
Rubbing my hands. Sorry.
spend some time tonight doing some research on what kind of equipment he might need to do some binding. Maybe not
Alright.
summoning, but some binding.
Who is Lanesh, and why does this book say you shouldn't try to bind her?
She's just into it. Do you want to get those items now, or do you want to save that for next time for a big shopping trip? Would you go out tonight, basically, or would you just be studying?
I think that I would probably. I mean, is it stuff that like I would have to get off a black market?
No, a lot of it is largely like you wouldn't have to get it off a black market, but there's some specialty things in there that you would have to go searching
Yeah.
around for.
I mean,
You want to just do it next time?
yeah, we can do it next time.
We'll do it next time.
That
Right,
works. 'Cause
you-
Amatea shopping week next time as well.
Well, yeah, we're doing
If
all
I
the finalized
could,
shopping. Oh, what's up?
I'd like to
Ian?
do one more roll before you go. I forgot to do something, which is for that Aaliyah has this locket. She now knows that Avatea is clearly very well versed in artifacts, so she'll ask him about the locket if he doesn't mind investigating for her. But namely, she tells him this thing seems to work as expected, but I had a headache and I don't know if that's normal. Is that something that artifacts do when you invoke them in your experience? Namely, what I'm looking to see is for example, she going to need to make a will check every time she uses it, or is there a limit to how many times she should expect to be able to use it? That kind of investigation thing from him. Can he help her figure that out?
Is she like asking
Yes.
this on their way back?
Yeah, on the way back.
Oh, just for Flourish, it doesn't really help, but Florence would kind of comment, everything from that man has a particularly bad cost. You just have to, but that's all he says. He doesn't really know.
Well, I don't trust
Avid-
murderers, she says.
Avatea, what do
Florence
you
doesn't say anything.
do?
If I am being asked to look into the amulet, I will look into the amulet.
Ares, what can we do with using aspects?
You can either force someone to act within their certain aspects, i.e., say they're role playing against technically one of their aspects. You can nudge them to, hey, actually, this aspect says that realistically you probably would not do that. And then they figure out what they would do.
Fair
Strictly
enough.
speaking, I will invoke his aspect. I meant to say first.
You don't have
because
to,
it sounds like
because
you can use them as a +2, correct?
you can invoke them for a +2 as well.
Yeah, he is connoisseur of the most overlooked artifacts. I thought I would invoke that as well.
I like that.
So you add +2 to your 4, Avatea.
So that's a
How
6.
exactly do you inspect this item?
Because
Because Aaliyah is currently wearing it.
And she's happy to give it to him if he asks.
I'll say because of Avatea is absolute, like, he wants the shinies, he is gonna kind of, like, half lift it up and look at Aaliyah like, may I?
Yeah, of course.
Aaliyah, make a will will check.
Ooh. Ooh. A will check. Now, when it comes to invoking aspects for bonuses, it's specifically aspects. Skills and that sort are not aspects for giving bonuses
No.
if necessary. Got you. She has an aspect called Your Magic Runs Through Your Veins. Given that she is, in and of herself, a magical person, might that give her an advantage when using will to, for example, remove this item or anything of the sort?
In this instance, no.
In this instance, no. Ooh, that's spooky. All right, I will roll it. Maybe if I can find my thing, because I keep forgetting. I'm not used to this interface yet. There we go. Will. Cool.
All right, you take it off and you hand it to Avatea.
Is she's cognizant that it took like willpower? It seems like this thing didn't want to be taken off. Is that right?
The feeling that you got was more so like, should I give it to them? They're kind of, I guess I can, yeah.
Okay.
It's that kind of feeling.
Yeah. She does that and hands it over.
Sorry.
Avatea,
Don't put it
what do you
on,
do?
she warns, though, because it did do something weird.
As she says, don't say put it on, Avatea is like borderline almost has it on before stopping.
Yeah, it seems
Um,
particular.
Avatea is gonna take note of that and just kind of look it over a little more.
All right, and you already made your roll with a +2, I believe.
6.
Yep, so it was a 6 in total.
So, I'm gonna do a thing real quick.
And as a reminder to everybody, the reason I'm throwing these out some more is so my recollection is we get these points per session, not per
Yes.
day or anything like that. So we might as well use them, especially as we approach the end of a session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Throwing them
Yeah.
math rocks.
We
BRB.
kind of been winning every single one though, so
So, this is an artifact. And it is an artifact that seals something and draws from it to do another thing.
Okay. Huh.
And that's what you know. We'll be heading
Feel
back now.
some. Okay.
characters are very diverse.
Oh, 1 sec. I have to leave the VC and join to fix it.
Oh.
There we go. It was just a Fuji thing. So, what do you do with your information, Avatea?
Avatea is gonna look at the amulet, look at Aaliyah, look at the
Oh, no.
amulet, look at Aaliyah, look at the amulet. Hey, real quick, does any of your memories feel foggy?
Should your tummy hurt?
Aaliyah says, I don't think so. Is there? I mean, I don't even know if there's a check to roll to see if her memories feel foggy. I remember everything we just did. I remember your name. I remember, things.
Okay, so it's not that. So, I don't know what. I don't know why. But I can best describe this as seals something to do something. I don't know. Maybe it seals you. Maybe it seals your life force. It does.
Feels something to do something. She says it exactly like that, like repeating your words back at you. What do you
Like
mean
I s-
seals?
I don't know. How are you feeling after using it? Did it feel a little weird?
Yeah, she said it gave me a little bit of a headache initially.
That's not a good sign.
That's why I'm asking you about it, she says.
So no, the specifics I'm a little blank on, but this might do more than we bargained for. As in, you might be able to do more than just find people with it.
Shrug. Told you.
She said, well,
What
when I
off?
thought of Florence, I was able to feel him. I could tell.
Oh,
She
I'm
probably
touched.
wouldn't say that, oh, you know what? She's like, I could sense his vitae. I could, I don't think I could do more than that. She has like
I
a thought. I suppose I could try doing more with it, but maybe
I
better
would
to leave it
prefer
well
if you
enough
didn't do
alone.
that on me.
Just, uh,
I definitely, I don't know if I'd recommend doing it again until the headache is gone. That seems pretty not good, especially if this thing draws
Oh,
energy from somewhere.
she says, oh, I didn't need. It's fine. She said, it was there, like it was just a throb, but it went away right as quickly as it went. I don't think it's too bad of a thing to deal with, but
Avatea kind of side eyes. I think it might get worse if you use it a little too much. Is my concern.
that's something she's a little bit familiar with. She is a practitioner of blood magic, and as it happens, stabbing herself too many times in one day also bad for her. So she nods. She takes Avatea's warning seriously, but she does reach out and take the locket back on and says, I'll be careful, but it's going to be worth it. And then she
I'll be
will
careful.
put the
You'll be
locket...
good.
And she puts the locket back on.
Roll a will again.
All right.
This is auspicious.
It is, but
yeah.
she now has a way to do a thing she's worried about, so this girl's interested. Let's see. What the hell? So my dice showed a +1. I don't know why it's saying average. My dice rolled blank, blank, blank plus, and I have a 2.
That was a
but it shows
minus
3.
on
That
my
was a-
screen. That was a
I
minus.
saw
My
a
screen
minus.
it was a plus, but the plus was like it was like balanced on its edge, and it was showing a
Oh,
plus and
yeah.
a blank. So I'm
Yeah.
very surprised that it shows a negative
pr-
instead.
It
So
probably
on my
resolved a blank.
screen, so on my
Huh?
screen, the cocked dice actually fell down onto the blank side.
Yeah, so that's probably what happened.
That might be
Mm.
just some slight inconsistency with the 3D render.
Yeah, the 3D render is yeah.
That's upsetting. But if everybody sees the 1 in the dice roll, then I got to take the 1 in the chat log. That'll do it.
All right, just give me a second here, and I'm just gonna.
Oh no.
Hello. You
Uh,
put on the locket, and this time you don't get a headache.
yay.
Instead, you get just the faintest, just right in your ear, just the faintest. Welcome back.
Ooh. Oh.
But that's it. And
Now,
for
I'll
some
ask
reason
you
you
a
don't.
little bit. Go ahead.
For some reason you don't feel that this is particularly noteworthy.
That's totally fine. I sure hope you're the sort of DM that doesn't mean failing is necessarily bad, because this is interesting.
I will say,
This last-
failing does not necessarily mean bad. It just means that you didn't do exactly what you wanted.
Interesting. Perfect. I'm ready.
Mm.
It just happens
right.
to be back.
Avatea puts on the locket, blinks a moment. Thank you very much. I said Avatea. Sorry. Aaliyah puts on the locket, blinks a moment, and then says, "All right, thank you very much, Avatea."
And after
Alrighty.
that,
Fair
you
enough.
all
We're all done.
head back to the cathedral.
There's one small conversation I need to have with them, Aries, real brief.
Okay.
On the way there. On the way there, Florence kind of speaks up, as if he's being serious. He's like, "Listen, do not tell anyone about the things that we got today, and do not tell anyone where we got them from. I'm being very serious. I am being serious about that, okay? We could get in a very big trouble. Understood?"
Aaliyah says, "I came here with you to buy this thing, and you said we wouldn't be killing anybody to get it. So if you kill somebody as a favor for getting that thing, I'm gonna be pissed."
He kind of smiles down at her. "Well, I promise I won't do that."
Okay, understood.
But
Interesting
looks-
developments.
She
And
looks at the bird.
Avatea?
I make no promises as long as I'm not excited. But if someone
Florence
asks
looks
about
at
the shiny, but shiny.
no, you don't understand, bird. You could just keep your mouth shut, please.
I would try.
Trying's not really good enough, but okay. And then
Mental
that's
note,
pretty much
don't
it.
bring the bird.
And so you return to the cathedral.
Let's
You make your
go.
ways to your rooms, and you get some sleep before tomorrow's busy work and getting
Let's
prepared for
go.
your mission. That will be the end of the session. Thank you all for joining me, and once again, thank you all to those of you who came to watch for joining for Bump in the Night.
Yeah.
Awa.
Go.
You can
So-
find the players' Twitch accounts on their Twitch channels in the pinned. I believe Sharky or Aaliyah will be joining eventually, maybe sometime.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can get it set up for next week. Sounds like fun. I've been meaning to do it. I'll set it up.
We should join
Yeah.
our chats and whatnot next time too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that a thing? Oh, shit, you're right. I should.
I'm a
Sorry.
little wary on that just because from my side, they are going to be seeing GM stuff.
That's fair. That's
Oh,
fair.
I
That's
will
Wait.
what
watch.
he was in.
I had your stream up. I did not watch it. I knew it was GM stuff, but I
See,
didn't
that's
think about
fine.
putting everybody else's streams on. That's my babe.
But with joining chats, then the chats are joined if someone mentions a GM thing, you can all see it. So
That's
on
fine.
player chat. So leave it at
Player
that.
player chats should probably join, but DM chat might be a little scarier to join.
Yeah, join the player chats, but not the DM chat.
Got you.
Again, thank you, and thank all of the viewers. We are going to raid out really quick.
Great
The
game.
play.
Great narrative.
players-
I'm excited. Yay,
Thank you.
Aries.
Yeah, it's
You
fine.
did good, Aries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Players, you
way
are
to go.
welcome to hang out for a little bit of after session stuff if you want, but otherwise, you are free to go.
I'm going to be continuing my stream and whatnot, but I'm going to be taking a break. I want to get a sandwich and whatnot, refresh my drinks and all that jazz. Everybody in my chat, please prepare thyselves if you wish to, and stretch up a little bit.
Hug our
We're going to be raiding the elf then.
Question,
Let's
Aries.
go.
Yes.
Are we doing this again next week, or are we waiting?
Give me a couple days and I'll get with all of you, see if I am going to be ready for next week.
Alrighty, works for me.
Fair enough. I was gonna say I almost expected the on and off weeks just to give you a little more time because you do have to make like everything.
I will say that's pretty likely. Goodbye, everybody. At least on my
Okay.
stream.
Have a
Sending
good
the
one.
right there.
Bye.
We taking a break, Aries. Thank you very much for the raid. I'm saying that ahead of time. Mwah.